Cool. So I'm gonna attempt it. Well, I do up the solutions already. So it's gonna be like relatively straightforward. There we go. Let's see if we can finish this paper in another 2 hours and 40 minutes. There we go. Right. First question. Determine the values of the following, or the value of the following expression, given your answer in its simplest form. Alright, so what we should do here. Any volunteers? No volunteers? Alright. We could write 27 as what? Or we could write 27 as. What could we write 27 as?
3 root 3.
Right. Before we do that, we could write 27 as 3 by 9. Now, if I write the square root of 3 by 9, then I could break that up into the square root of 3 by the square root of 9. What is the square root of 9?
3.
Right, so that's going to be 8 over root 3 minus 5 all over, and root 9 is just 3, so that'll just be 3 root 3. From here, we could find the LCM easily. What would the LCM be? We can't hear anybody, but the LCM would be 3 root 3. 3 root 3. Root 3 into 3 root 3 is just going to be 3, and then 8 by 3 is going to be 24. Root 3 into 3 root 3 is going to be 1, and 1 by minus 5 is minus 5. So you're going to end up with 24 minus 5, which is 19 all over 3 root 3. Is this the final answer, though? So, my guys, is that the final answer?
No, you have to rationalize the denominator.
To rationalize this, I can multiply the top and bottom by what?
By root 3.
Right. Rationalize means we want to get rid of the third. So I can multiply the top and bottom by root 3. So that's going to result in 19 root 3. And in the denominator, you're going to effectively have 3 multiplied by root 3 by root 3. What is root 3 by root 3, guys? Root 3 by root 3 is?
3.
That's just 3. That's just 3. So your final answer should have been 19 root 3 over 9. Did anybody get this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And if you plug it into your Casio,
Yeah.
you'd have gotten the same answer. 19 root 3 over 9. Right, watch. If you put 8 over root 3 minus 5 over root 27, you see you get the same answer. Nice. We'll continue. Factorize the following polynomial completely, given your answer as a product of its linear factors. So guys, this was a disguised quadratic. And so if it's a disguised quadratic, we could probably say x squared is equal to what? We could say let x squared be equal to what? Gimalata, guys. Gimalata.
Why?
Why?
Why? Okay, no problem. If I'm telling you that x squared is y, then I want you to realize that x to the power 4 is just x squared to what
squared.
power? I'll take him as I'll look quick with it, boy. Hey. I'll mash up that exam today for sure. And so if I tell you x squared is y, I'm going to replace x squared with y, so that's going to be y squared. I'm going to replace x squared with y, so that'll be minus 29y plus 100. I mean, if you guys okay so far.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to look at my first term and my last term. To get y squared is just y by y. And to get 100, we're looking for two numbers that would multiply to give us 100, but add to give us the minus 29 in the middle. Do you have any suggestions? Any suggestions?
25 and minus 25 and minus 4.
Good. Minus 25 and minus 4. So I'm going to put minus 25 here, and I'm going to put minus 4 here. And if I expand this out, I'm going to get back the y squared minus 29y plus the 100. Nice. So therefore, here's what we're going to do, right? We're going to recall what we said x squared was. We said x squared was equal to y. So I can now replace y with x squared. And so that's going to be x squared minus 25 by x squared minus 4. Let me know if you guys with me so far.
Yes, sir.
Now, I want you all to realize that we effectively have a difference of 2 squares in both of the brackets because 25 is 5 squared and 4 is 2 squared. So, how would I factorize this completely?
X
Chat.
plus 5, x minus 5.
Right, x plus 5 by x minus 5 because it's a difference of 2 squares. And the other one will be what?
X plus 2 by x minus 2.
Yo, did anybody get this? Did anybody get that? Yeah or no?
No.
Nah. All right. Yeah. Another way you could have do the question is you could have used remainder factor theorem. You could have figured out some values, like you could have plug it in and see if it gives you 0. If it gives you 0, you have a linear factor. You could try to find another linear factor, and then you could do polynomial long division. You end up with a quadratic on top, and you could factorize the quadratic, similar to what we did in the 12-hour marathon yesterday. But this question was a disguised quadratic. Cheeky, cheeky, right? Yeah. So, let's move on to the question. Figure 1 shows the steps in a student's solution for the equation log base 3 5x plus 1 minus log base 3 x minus 4 is equal to 2. So I'm going to rewrite that. So we have log base 3 5x plus 1 minus log base 3. I could already see the mistake the man make. Where did he make the mistake? They want me to figure out the step in which the student made the error.
E to the
And
power
correctly.
3.
Right, earlier. Oh, this is very, very illegal. This is a mistake. He had to write 2 in terms of log what?
Log base 2.
Log base 3. Log base 3.
Oh,
Yeah. So the step with the initial error is just step 2. Step 2, he made the mistake. Let's look at the full working on what it's supposed to be. So I can rewrite 2 as 2 by 1. Will you agree with me on that? 2 is the same thing as 2 by 1.
yes, sir.
Okay. On the left hand side, I had the same log base and a minus in. So if that's the case, then I could just rewrite that as log base 3 5x plus 1 all over what?
X minus 4.
Right, this is the quotient rule. On the other side though, here's what we're gonna do. 1 is the same thing as log base 3 what?
3.
Right. And then I will use which rule? Which rule next? Which rule would I use next? On the right hand side.
The power rule.
Power rule. So this would be log base 3, 3 squared. So you're gonna end up with log base 3, 5x plus 1, all over x minus 4. And that's gonna be equal to log base 3. And what's 3 squared?
9.
Right, so I have the same log base on the other side, so what I could do now?
Reduce it to one equation.
I could drop the logs. I could drop the
Oh,
logs to end up with a really simple algebraic equation to solve. So that'll be 5x plus 1 all over x minus 4 equal to 9. I wonder if I'll catch that.
yes, sir. I see. I see.
Alright, so what would you guys do next? Well, you'd probably write 9 over 1 and you would cross multiply. I presume that's what you guys would have done in the exam. And when you cross multiply 1 by 5x plus 1, 1 by anything is anything. So that's just going to be 5x plus 1. And you're multiplying x minus 4 by 9. So that'll be 9 by x minus 4. You'll have to expand the brackets. So that'll be 5x plus 1. When you expand the brackets, you're going to distribute the 9. So that'll be 9x, and 9 by minus 4 is minus 36. I'm going to move all the x terms to one side, and I'm going to move all the constant terms to the other side. So that's what I'm going to do. If I move across, the 9x is going to turn to minus 9x. If I move across the 1, it's going to turn to minus 1. So you're going to end up with 5x minus 9x, which is minus 4x, I believe, minus 37. And what next?
Divide both sides by -4.
Right. Divide both sides by -4. And so my answer for x is what? What's my answer for x? Just be 37/4. 37/4. I can't simplify that. I cannot
Oh.
simplify that. And that's it. How much of you guys got through any exam?
Yes, sir.
Wait, give me a second.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, you guys got through that. I mean, let me check what's going on YouTube.
So for them, for all the logs, but I got the correct answer. I'll get the marks.
You have to put the logs. You have to put the full working. You wouldn't get full marks. You want the full working. You have to show that you ended up with one log term on either side, and eventually you drop the logs. Yeah. Right? So that was the day. 37/4. Let's move on. Determine the values of m for which the equation x squared plus m minus 1 by x plus 2m plus 3 is equal to 0 has equal roots. Now, this is a little thing called the discriminant, and it comes from the quadratic formula. If you guys could recall, the quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So here's how this works. If b squared minus 4ac is negative, would you have real roots?
No, sir.
No, you would not, because if you find the square root of a negative number, you're gonna have complex numbers, right? If b squared minus 4ac is 0, then what's the square root of 0? Square root of 0 is 0.
0.
And plus or minus 0 wouldn't change anything, right? And if b squared minus 4ac is more than 0, then you're gonna have two unique real solutions. So let me write that down quickly. So if b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, you're gonna have real and equal roots. If b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, you're gonna have complex roots. And lastly, if b squared minus 4ac is more than 0, what I mean, guys? What I mean? Somebody tell me fast. All right. So I don't hear anybody, but it's gonna be real and distinct. So in the question, they wanted us to determine the values for m for which it has equal roots. So if it has equal roots, then the discriminant is going to be equal to 0. So b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. So quickly, could somebody tell me the coefficient of x squared?
1.
Right? The coefficient of b is? That'll be m minus 1. And for c, that's going to be the constant term, which is 2m plus 3. Right. So that's going to be b squared. That'll be m minus 1 squared. Cool. A is 1. C is 2m plus 3. And I'm going to set this whole thing equal to 0. So m minus 1 squared means m minus 1 by m minus 1. I have minus 4 here by 2m plus 3 equals to 0. When I work this out, that's going to be m squared minus m plus 1. When I expand this, that's going to be minus 8m minus 12 equal to 0. That's going to be minus 2m minus 8m and 1 minus 12. That's minus 11. And so I'm going to end up with m squared minus 10m minus 11 is equal to 0. You guys got this in the exam? Liam, you got any exam?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So now you have to factorize this. So that's going to be m by m. We're going to look at the last term. The last term is negative 11. What two numbers would multiply to give you negative 11, but add to give you the middle term, which is minus 10?
Minus 11 plus 1.
Right. So I put minus 11 here, and I put plus 1 over here. Cool. And so m minus 11 will be equal to 0, and m plus 1 will be equal to 0. So what are my two solutions?
11 and negative 1.
Right, so m would be 11, and m would be -1. Bam. Liam, you got that right?
Yeah.
All right, blessings. So if it has equal roots, then the discriminant is equal to 0. So b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. Right, hence determine the values of x that satisfies the equation. Okay, no problem. So here what, Liam, we know what m is, right? You have two values for m.
Yes, sir.
So where could I put that into? Where could
The
I put that
equation they
into?
give me.
Exactly, I could put that into the equation they gave us. So let me plug in 11 into it first. So that'll be x squared plus 11 minus 1 by x plus 2 by 11 plus 3 is equal to 0. When I work this out quickly, I'm gonna get 11 minus 1 is 10x. 2 by 11 is 22, and 22 plus 3 is 25. And you should see that this is a perfect square. That's x plus 5 squared. You see it or not?
What is that, sir?
You see that is a perfect square, right? I wonder if you see that as a perfect square. Well,
No.
in the previous question, and we set it such that it would have equal roots.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you set it for equal roots, then consequently, wouldn't your answers be perfect squares? Because perfect squares would imply you have one solution. So
Yeah.
when I look at this, I could see that it's just gonna be x plus 5 squared is equal to 0. And if you're not seeing that, well, you could factorize it like normal if you want. To get 25, that'll be 5 by 5, and when you add that, you'll get back to 10. But you didn't have to do all of that. I know already it's gonna be perfect squares, so that'll just be x plus 5 squared is equal to 0. So truly, your only answer for x would be what?
Minus 5.
-5.
Right, -5.
Excuse
That's
me,
what we have.
in chemistry.
After this we go see. After this we go see. After this we go see. Right? Then I have the other value for m, which is -1. I'm gonna plug it in here. So that'll be -1, x plus 2 by -1 plus 3, and that'll be equal to 0. If you're confused, all I'm doing, right, I'm just taking the m value and plugging it into here, and I'm gonna solve for x. So I get x squared minus 1 is minus 2x. 2 by -1 is -2. -2 plus 3 is 1, and that'll be equal to 0. And so, I mean, we know it's a perfect square, but you could factorize it normally if you want. So to get x squared, that'll be x by x. And well, I want to get -2 in the middle. So if I want to get -2 in the middle, how would I work that out? So I'm looking for two numbers. I would multiply to give me a +1, but add to give me -2. Can you guys think of any numbers?
-1 times -1.
Correct. -1, -1. -1 here, -1 here. So you'll only have one solution, which would be x minus 1 is equal to 0. So x is equal to what?
1.
Right. So your answers for the other part were these answers over here. And again, this makes sense because in the first part, you found the values for m such that the solutions would be equal. I mean, you see now over here, x plus 5, both solutions are the same. X minus 1, both solutions are the same. So these are your answers, -5 and 1. Cool. Part 2. Substitute y is equal to 2x into the exponential equation 3 by 4 to the power x minus 2 to the power x minus 4 is equal to 0. Bets. This is a speed through of the test paper. At some point in time, I'll do a more in-depth solution. So here we're saying, guys, 4 to the power x is what, Virginia? There's another way I could write 4 to the power x.
2 squared to the power times x.
2 squared to the power x. That's fine, yeah.
Oh,
And a way to understand that this over here is the same thing as 2 to the power x to the power 2. Because, okay, when you're raising a power to a power, you multiply. And so we know multiplication is commutative. So
yes.
either way is fine. Minus 2 to the power x minus 4 is equal to 0. And now I can make the substitution. We are saying that y is equal to 2 to the power x. So if that is the case, anywhere I see 2 to the power x, just can't replace it with y.
Yes,
So
sir.
it's going to become 3y squared minus y minus 4 is equal to 0. I'm going to factorize using a shortcut since we're on demon time here and only our chemistry. So to get back 3y squared, I can say 3y by y. Now I want to get negative 1 in the middle, so I could put 1 over here and I could put 4 over here. I want to get negative 1, so I should put positive over here and I should put negative over here. This is it factorized. So 3y by y would give us back 3y squared. 3y by 1, that'll be 3y minus 4 by y minus 4y. This would give us back the minus 1y, which is what we want in the middle, and negative 4 by 1 gives us back the negative 4. So that's it there. So 3y minus 4 is equal to 0, and y plus 1 is equal to 0. So when you solve for this, you move across the negative 4 and you divide by 3. So you're going to get y is equal to 4 by 3. Over here, you're going to get y is equal to negative 1. Only one of these solutions are valid. Recall that y was equal to 2 to the x. So 2 to the x is equal to 4 by 3. And 2 to the x is equal to negative 1. Which one out of these solutions are invalid?
The negative one?
The negative 1. All you tell me, it have any power that will give me a negative answer?
No, sir.
No. No, there's no power that would give you a negative answer. So this is invalid. So we are left with 2 to the x is equal to 4 by 3. So to solve for this, since our unknown is our power, I'd have to do what? We don't want, if we're trying to solve for something, we don't want it to be a power at all. So you need to bring it down to the side. But before I could do that, I have to apply what on both sides?
You have to introduce logs.
I have to apply logs on both sides. So that'll be log 2x is equal to log 4 by 3. And so now I can take the x and I can bring it to the side. So that'll be x log 2 is equal to log 4 by 3. And I want to find for x, so I would have to now divide both sides by log 2. So your answer for x would be this. So remember, LG is log base 10. So in my calculator, I'm going to put log base 10 4 over 3. Log base 10 2. Let me know if you guys got any exam. 0.42. The omega da, 0.42.
No, not this one.
Now this one.
I find the first two questions was the hardest.
And if you wanted to check if your answer is correct, it's supposed to satisfy this. So let's just quickly see. So 3 by 4 to the answer, we just find. Minus 2 to the answer, we just find. Bro. Minus 4, and that's supposed to get me what?
0.
Yeah, look, we're getting 0, so we are correct. We are correct. Nice.
Yes, sir.
This is a question that used to bring a lot of the times in the old days, to be honest, like 2016, 2017, 2012. Love to bring this question. This is not a new question. Solve the resulting equation from A part 1 in terms of y. Okay. Oh, we answered up. We answered already. Damn, we answered the question already. That's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
we answered the question already. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, Ollie, we answered the question already. I was like, that kind of long. You know what I mean? In 2A, the only thing they ask you to do, literally just ask you to substitute. So this was all they had to do, guys. That was all they had to do. So this was all they had to do for 2A part 1. And in the next part, it's saying solve the resulting equation. So then you would go to factorize, find different solutions for y, and then solve for y. Yeah, so we cannot jump the gun there. You know what I mean? But that's it there. I was like, that's a lot of working for 3 marks. But yeah, let me run that back again. In the first part, they just want you to substitute, that's all. Just substitute. So, they didn't tell you to solve it, so this is all they wanted. In the next part, they tell you to solve it, so this is the part where you factorize, you're finding different values for y, you recall that y was equal to 2 to the x. You see that the negative solution is invalid, and for the other solution, you apply logs on both sides. You bring down the x using the power rule, and you solve for x. Bam. Cool. All right, find the range of values of x for which x plus 5 over x plus 1 is less than or equal to 0. I didn't think this was coming, but oh well. All right. Didn't think this was coming. Oof. All right, so to work this question, we're going to multiply throughout by x plus 1 squared. But you guys should know the shortcut, right? The shortcut for this is you know that you're going to get x plus 5. You know you'll get x plus 5 by x plus 1 is less than or equal to 0. You know that, but
Either solve for the numerator and denominator.
you could do that to find the critical values, yeah, but it's like the full working over here. I multiply both sides by x plus 1 squared. If I multiply both sides by x plus 1 squared, I had to do that on the other side as well. And the one of the x plus 1s here would cancel off with 1 here, and you would be left with x plus 5 by x plus 1 is less than or equal to 0. From here, we're going to set it equal to 0 to solve for the critical values. Let's find the critical values. So the critical values are going to be x plus 5 is, minus 5. X plus 1 is equal to 0. X is equal to negative 1. So here's what. We could do a sketch of the quadratic now. You have x by x. That would result in x squared. If it's x squared, is it a maximum or a minimum graph?
Minimum.
Minimum, right?
Minimum.
If it's x squared, that means the coefficient of x squared is 1. Remember, if it's 1, it's positive and it's happy. And a happy face would look like this. So, look, when you expand this out, you are going to get some quadratic with x squared. And this tells me it's a minimum graph. Cool, it's a minimum graph we're dealing with. What we would have just figured out for is the quote-unquote roots. So I see in upper negative 1 here, upper negative 5 here. So this is just a sketch. And now I am trying to figure out where I am getting what. I get an what?
Negative.
Negative, right? Less than or equal to 0. So tell me,
Middle.
if I pick a value in the middle, right, and I take a read off, I get an output that's positive or negative.
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 Let's see now, right? If I take a value between minus 5 and minus 1, then my solution, you can clearly see it's a negative output. If I were to pick a value for x on the outer regions, it's going to give me positive values, but that's not what I want. I want less than or equal to 0. So my solution is going to be between minus 5 and minus 1. So I would say x is such that, and I'll show you guys something. You gotta be real careful here, right? Some of you guys, wait, I was saying, boy. Some of you guys may be tempted to put this. How much of you guys put any exam?
Bro, I put that.
No, that's fine to an extent. No, but wait, I want to draw your attention to the denominator. The denominator is x plus 1, right?
Yeah.
If you say x is less than or equal to negative 1, then you are including negative 1 in your solution set, which is wrong. Because when x is equal to negative 1, it's going to make this function what?
Positive.
Undefined.
Undefined. Because if x is negative 1, what is negative 1 plus 1?
0.
Yeah, can I have something divided by 0?
Nah.
Nah, that's invalid. So makes function undefined. So then what should I correct it to be then? I can't say less than or equal to minus 1, so what would I have to be corrected to?
Less than.
Yeah, less than. So the correct thing would have been to say this. This is the correct thing. This is the correct thing. So I hope you guys understand that.
Son, if you wasn't sure, because like I wasn't sure about the sign, just to double check, I ended up making it like a quadratic, and in the Casio calculator, I'd have the inequalities. So I just plug it in and they give you the signs.
That's correct. That's exactly what I do too. Well, I didn't fully expand it out, but if you did expand it out and you work it on the Casio, Casio will give you the answer. So if you have the same Casio as me, you're gonna go on menu, right? You're gonna go on inequality, you're gonna go on degree 2. If I expand this, right, it's gonna be x squared plus 6x plus 5 less than or equal to 0. So I'm going to select option 4. And that'll be
Yeah.
1x squared 6. Oh, make a mistake. Yeah, are you seeing that?
Mm.
Bam. But again, you need to understand that your answer you can't include -1 in the answer, because if it is -1, it's going to make the function undefined. So you're supposed to change that less than or equal to -1 to less than -1. All right, let's move on.
If solve x like how I do it for the numerator and denominator, yeah, that wrong?
That's not wrong. That's not wrong.
Okay.
That's not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. An accountant is offered a 5-year contract with an annual increase. If it's an annual increase, is this an AP or a GP?
AP.
AP, right?
AP.
It's a AP. Because a AP has a common difference where you're repeatedly adding the
Yeah.
same amount. The accountant earned a salary of 5,600 and 6,100 in a third and fifth year. So immediately, I know that my third term is what? What's my third term?
56.
56,000.
And I know that immediately that my fifth term is what?
61,000.
61,000.
Cool. And they're saying if the increase was the same each year, cool, is that AP, we expecting that. Calculate the total amount earned at the end of the 5-year period. Okay, cool. So here what? We have to use the S7 formula at some point. But to use that formula, what are the things I must know?
The the first term and the common difference. D.
Correct. So I have two unknowns there. So I need to come up with an equation to find for A and D.
Make it
So
plus
remind
A
me,
3 and A 5.
right? So remind me, what's the end term formula?
A
A
plus
plus N minus
and
1D.
minus 1D.
Right. If I use any third term, N will be 3. So that will be 56,000. A. Again, if it's a
3D.
third term, that's going to be 3 minus 1.
2D.
And I don't know what D is. So I'm going to end up with 56,000 equal to A plus 2D. If you want, you could flip it around. Bam. The next one, we're going to use N is equal to 5. If that is the case, then that's going to be 61,000. And in this case, N will be 5. So I say A plus 5 minus 1 by D. Again, if you want, you can flip it around. So that'll be A plus 4D equal to 61,000. I have two equations now. What could I do? What's the easiest thing to do?
Solve it simultaneously.
You can subtract it to get for D.
Could subtract it.
Yeah.
So elimination method. So I could say A plus 4D is equal to 61,000 minus A plus 2D is equal to 5,600. I'm saying 5,600, 56,000. A minus A is what? What's A minus A?
0,
0.
nothing.
Right? What is 4D minus 2D?
2D.
2D.
Yeah, what I'm saying, boy? Yeah, 2D. Right? Because 4 minus 2 is 2.
Yeah,
What?
5,000.
5,000.
Yeah, so 1D is 2,500.
You guys got that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right. Cool. If I have these equal to 2,500, I could find 4 fast.
A substituted into a formula. Either 1 or 2.
Right? So I could say A plus 2D is equal to 56,000. And I can plug in D into that.
Mm-hmm.
So A plus 2 by
5,000. 5,100. 1,000.
so that'll be 56,000. Yeah, like you said. Minus the 5,000.
Yeah.
Alright, did you guys get this? 51,000 in the exam.
Yeah.
Let me know, guys. Did you all get that?
Yes, sir.
Now, there was a
Yes,
much
sir.
easier way to work this question, like real simple, without any formulas or anything. Like real easy. I mean, you gotta use the S7 formula, but watch this fast. If I tell you in year 3, it was 5,600, right? I mean, 56,000. And year 5 was 61,000. How much common differences it would have between 3 and 5?
1.
1.
Now, no one. We gotta have a common
Yes.
difference here and a common difference here.
Well,
Yes, sir.
2.
So therefore,
Subtract it.
2D would just be the difference, and that'll be 5,000. And D would be 2,500 immediately. And if I know D is 2,500, I could backtrack. Where's 56,000 minus 2,500? The point is, when you subtract the 2,500 two times, you're going to get the 50. What we get? We got the 51,000. It was that easy. It was that easy. And then you could just use the S7 formula there.
So
Yeah.
that is true because I didn't do it the first way because I couldn't remember it that way. So I actually done it the second way where I wrote out 1 to 5 and then I minus it and then I work backwards.
That's not a problem. That's peak. That's peak. Right? That's peak. And well, now we're gonna use the S7 formula because it's 3 marks, guys. It's 3 marks. It's 3 marks. It's 3 marks. You know what I mean? I would do this. We want to find for a 5-year period. So if we find it for a 5-year period, then what would N be?
5.
5.
Yeah, 5. So that'll be 5 over 2 by 2 by 51,000 plus 5 minus 1 by 2,500. When you plug that into the calculator, what you guys get some? You plug it in fast into my calculator. I know you did. The exam must shut up. And I came tomorrow too.
Yeah.
I can plug the whole thing in. All I get that?
280,000.
I hope all I get that right. $280,000. Anybody want to give me $280,000?
I was not gonna ask that question.
Look, Romano. Yeah, boy, big up Romano. Romano supported. Yeah, so that is S5. Yeah, so guys, look, guys, all here. Imagine doing all of this plus this, right? What? And then watch. Just if you do this, watch. Oh, let's see. I gotta think smart. Right? I mean, yeah. All right. Find the sum to infinity for the following geometric series. Guys, what's the sum to infinity formula?
E over 1 minus R.
A over 1 minus R. So we already have A. We know that A is 6. Wait, what's the only thing we gotta find?
R.
So how could I find for R?
Minus 18 on 5 divided by 6.
Good. For those who forgot, the common ratio is just the next term divided by the previous term. So like I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you could divide any pair of consecutive terms. So I could say minus 18 over 5 divided by, we should write it like this, divided by 6. If you work it out, using SCA maths, you go change that 6 to 1 over 6. And 6 into 6, 1, 6 into 18 is 3. And you should get the common ratio is minus 3 over 5. Just confirm that.
Yes, sir.
And just to be on the safe side, I would advise you to do it for another pair. So I could pick the third term and the second term fast. So 54 over 25 divided by minus 18 over 5. I would flip that around. And that would turn to 5 over minus 18. 5 into 5, 1. That'll be 5. 18 into 18 is 1. 18 into 54 is 3. So you get the same thing, minus 3 over 5. Or some source. So we know that A is 6 and common ratio is minus 3 over 5. So the sum to infinity would just have been 6 all over 1 minus 3 over 5. What do you get when you work that out?
15/4.
Yeah.
Badness. Alright, cool. That was the sum to infinity. Real simple. Easy 3 marks.
Mhm.
Right? We do this yesterday. We should have this under control. So they gave us the equation in the standard form or the general form.
Standard.
Standard
Yeah.
form.
The standard form looks like x plus f squared plus y plus g squared equal to r squared. Now I know for a fact, someone they're gonna write 5. I know that, you know. I know someone they're gonna.
Yeah.
But 5 is wrong. 5 is
Mhm.
wrong.
It was root 5.
It's root 5 because if you compare any form, right, r squared is actually equal to 5. And so if you wanted to find for r, you'd have to find the square root of 5.
Mhm.
So yeah, r is equal to root 5. People on YouTube, how much are they gonna put 5? People on YouTube, how much are they put 5? That'd be wrong. Yeah? That'd be wrong. Okay. Determine the coordinates of the 3 points of intersection.
So for this you have to expand the brackets, then they say
You gotta
add
do all of
the
that. You gotta do all of that.
oh
You gotta do all of that. That's fine if you do it, but you gotta do all of that. It's actually easier if you leave it like this, to be honest.
oh
So if we're talking about it intersects the x and y axes, then they're talking about the x and y intercept. Or we know about the x intercept.
y0.
Y equal to 0.
Alright, so anywhere I see y, they are just plugging in what?
0.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. So x minus 2 squared plus, instead of writing y, I would say 0. 0 minus 1 squared is equal to 5. So you see how easy it is when you leave it in this form.
Yeah.
Minus 1 squared is just 1. I can move across the 1. And if I were to move across the 1, it becomes 5 minus 1, which is 4. So now I could just do the what on both sides?
Square root.
Square root.
Square root, yeah. Now, anytime you find the square roots, you actually find how much solutions?
2 a positive and negative.
A positive and a negative. So if I find the square root of x minus 2 squared, square and square root cancel off, and that will leave us with plus or minus square root of 4 is 2. So the positive solution, that'll be x minus 2 is equal to 2. When you move across the negative 2, you get into plus 2. So that'll be 2 plus 2, which is 4. The negative solution, that would be x minus 2 is equal to negative 2. When you move across the negative 2, you get into plus 2. And minus 2 plus 2 is
0.
0. So if I'm writing my points, remember, for the x-intercept, we already know that y is 0. We already know y is 0. We already know that. And, well, we just found the x values when y was 0. So what are the points going to be here?
4, 0, and 0, 0.
Right, 4, 0. Because, remember, a point is an x value and a y value. We know the y value is 0. And we just found the x value. So 4, 0. And then, Liam,
Mhm.
the other one will be?
0.
You get through with this one?
Yeah, I guess.
And,
I'd
let me-
expanded something, so I take more time.
But that's fine. That's 100% correct. And the y-intercept, we know x is equal to 0. So anywhere I see x, I just can't write what?
0.
So I'll say 0 minus 2 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals to 5. So you're going to end up with minus 2 squared. Minus 2 squared is 4. So 4 plus y minus 1 squared is equal to 5. You would move across the 4. And when you move across the 4, it's going to be 5 minus 4, which is what?
1.
Right, 5. If you move across the 4, it's into minus 4, right? So 5 minus 4 is 1. Then I would have to find the square root on both sides. And anytime you find the square root, you always get a positive and a negative solution. So you're gonna end up with y minus 1, because you know the square and the square will cancel off. Plus or minus the square root of 1 is just 1, so that the positive solution will be y minus 1 is equal to positive 1. When you move across the negative 1, you're gonna end up with 1 plus 1, which is 2. Negative now, the negative would be y minus 1 equal to negative 1. When you move across the negative 1, it will be minus 1 plus 1. So y would be what?
0.
0. Oh gosh, I'm sorry about that, AJ boy. You see, I'm cussing him right now. So x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2. So when x is 0, y is 2 and y is 0. So what my points be?
0, 2, and 0, 0.
Good. Notice how we have an overlapping point. Can you guys see the overlapping point?
0, 0.
0.
Exact same thing like what we did yesterday in class in the 12-hour marathon, right? So my 3 points of intersection are correct in any order, it doesn't matter. 0, 0, 4, 0, and 0, 2. Let me know if you guys got that.
Yeah.
Badness. This is the June 2026 paper.
Mm-hmm.
People ask on YouTube. Right, earlier. They should be laughing, or they should be smiling. They should be smiling here, boy. You know why I say that? If you did your past papers, or should I realize that's the exact same question that come in what 2017, I think?
Yeah.
Earlier. Bro. I mean,
So
if you did your past,
I had to go to camp now,
alright, not a problem, right?
Yeah.
Take it. So
Can
figure,
you meet on the side?
alright, no problem. Figure 2 shows a portion of land, big up penal, in which ABC represents a sector of a circle with center C and CDA is a right angle triangle. Section ABC of the land is used for building. ABC is for building, and the remainder for farming. So the other part is for farming. So Virginia, since you're in Form 4 and you're not already doing exams tomorrow, you could help me, right?
Oh,
This
okay.
is
I'll
good
try.
practice. This is good practice for you. They're telling us the radius B to C is 20 meters and angle BCD is a right angle. No problem. So if this is a sector, right, Virginia,
Yes, sir.
then a sector is made up of 2 radii and an arc. So what
Mm-hmm.
would this be? What would A to C be?
It will be equal to BC, which is 20 meters.
Correct, because both of those would be radii. They're telling us that the area of the building space is 200 pi over 3 meters squared. Calculate the angle ACB. So they are giving us area. So Virginia, I know you're in Form 4, but do you know the formula for area of a sector?
Half r squared theta, I think.
Yeah, a half r squared theta. Now they're telling us that the area is literally 200 pi all over 3, right? That's what they're telling us.
Yes, sir.
And we know that the radius is what?
The radius is 20 meters.
So that'll be 20 squared. Ooh. Guys, if all you had to revise for chemistry, I'll revise for chemistry, you know. You have to do what you had to do. I just doing this so people can see. 20 squared is 400. What's half of 400?
Half of 400 is 200.
So you're gonna put 200 theta. And if I want to find for theta, I would have to divide both sides by,
200.
right? If I divide this by 200, cancel off here. If I divide this by 200, cancel off here.
Oh.
Okay, some of you guys might have been confused by what I just did. Now, we know that dividing by 200 is the same thing as multiplying by what?
1 over 200.
Correct. Bam. Cancel off to leave you with what?
Oh, pi over 3.
Correct. So I just showed you working here.
Okay.
So theta is
Pi over 3.
pi over 3. Radians, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Will I get this in the exam? Let me know if you guys got that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
So,
Right. Calculate the area of the land used for farming. So we have to find this is like a copy and paste of the question we did. It's literally a copy and paste. So we know that this is 20 meters. Here what happening, right? We just find this angle to be pi on 3. And we know
Yes,
that
sir.
we know that this entire thing is 90 degrees, which is really what how much in radians?
Pi?
Nah. So if you recall, pi radians is equal to
Oh,
180
pi over
degrees.
2. Pi over 2.
Yeah. So if the whole thing is pi over 2, and this piece is pi over 3, what would this piece be?
Pi over 1.
Nah. You have to find the difference. The whole
Oh,
thing is pi over 2, you know. The whole thing is pi over 2. The whole thing is pi over 2. And this piece over here is pi on 3. So I'll minus that.
okay.
Okay, maybe if I tell it in degrees, you're going to understand better. This is 90 degrees, right?
Yes, sir.
And pi over 3, that's 60 degrees. So if this whole thing is 90 degrees and this whole thing is 60 degrees, how would I find for this?
Oh, subtract and that would be 30 degrees.
Good. But we're working in radians, so I hope you understand.
Yes, sir.
So, I think that should be pi on 6. The same thing we got when you were working in passive question.
Oh,
Pi
yeah.
on 2. Oh, see, actually lazy, boy. Real easy. That's crazy. They might be the exact same answer.
Wow.
So here what happening, right? If I can put the angle here one time, pi on 6.
Yes, sir.
If I want to find the area of this, notice I don't have the base or the perpendicular height. So I'll have to rely on a slightly different formula. I'll have to
Oh,
use the formula A is equal to a half AB sine C.
oh yeah.
Now we typically use this formula anytime you have an included angle. So consider I had this triangle here. This A, this B, and this C.
Yes, sir.
So this will be C. So I would use this formula anytime I have a angle sandwich between two known lengths. Now, when you look at this question, we don't really have an included angle. You see an included angle?
No, sir.
Nah. So which side would I have to find for if I wanted to make this an included angle?
Sine DC,
I would have to find for
which is basically A, common A, right?
wait a yeah, I would have to find for this, but this is not a right angle triangle, you know, so you have to be careful.
Oh,
If you're working with right angle triangles, this will be the hypotenuse. This side is right next to the angle, so it'll be what?
adjacent,
And this side would be the
opposite.
so we have to find for the adjacent. So I'm gonna underline that and I'll have the hypotenuse. So which trick ratio are we use to find for that?
Cosine?
Cosine, correct. Because A and H.
Yes.
So cosine theta is going to be A over H. We already know that the angle is pi on 6. A, we don't know what A is. We know that H is 20. So I'm trying to find for A. So I'm gonna multiply both sides by
H? Wait, which is
yeah.
20.
So I'm going to end up with 20 cosine pi on 6. And if I multiply both sides by 20, it's going to cancel off here. And that's going to leave me with A. So what is 20 cosine pi on 6?
Hold on.
Guys, if you put in pi into 6 and then calculator, your calculator will be in which mode? Which mode?
Oh, it has to be in radian.
Radians. Yep,
Okay.
radians. So that's going to be 20 cosine pi over 6. Which is 10 root 3.
Okay.
So
I had my calculator in the wrong one. I had it in degrees.
that's a mistake a lot of students make.
Yeah, I gotta make sure not to do that. I haven't done this in school yet, but I'm kind of getting used to it from yesterday.
You're bad. Stop using the chat for Virginia. So remember you're finding for a length here, so the unit's gonna be meters, right? And I'd
Yes.
advise you to leave it in the exact form because you're gonna perform another calculation with it. So that'll be 10 root 3 meters. Bam. So let me know if you guys got DC to be 10 root 3. Hope you guys got that. And well, Virginia,
Yeah.
since we know that that is 10 root 3, we could now use the formula. So the area is going to be a half. Now, A and B, in context of the formula, right? A and B are just the sides that are sandwiched in the angle.
Yes, sir.
What are the sides sandwiched in the angle here?
Well, 20 and 10 root 3.
And then we're going to be sine of the included angle. What's the included angle?
Pi over 6.
Good. So you can calculate on your calculator. Calculate that in your calculator. Guys, if you're looking at this video to learn, when you're using, okay, see how you have pi over 6 and you're playing that entire trig function. Since the angle is in radians, your calculator needs to be in radians. Needs to be in radians. Just saying that big. Right? Yeah, we're getting for your answer.
Okay, I got 86.6
Did they
meters
specify?
squared.
Did they specify? No, they didn't specify. So 2 decimal places.
Okay, well, 86.60 meters squared.
86.60
Yep.
meters squared. I take any word for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So the answer for the area of the land was 86.60 meters squared. So yeah, let me know if you guys got this or not. People on YouTube, are they getting 86.60? No, let me just check it back one more time. One more time. 100 root 3 sine pi over 6. Yeah, 86.60. People in Zoom. Anybody here get 86.60 or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. If you wanted to leave your answer in exact form, let me tell you what that would be. So I don't think you would get the answer in exact form. Nah, you can't get the answer in exact form unless you know it's sine pi on 6. Yeah. So the answer is 86.60. 2 decimal places. Right? So you okay with this, right, guys?
Yes, sir. So,
Alright.
how do you know when you have to write it to 3 significant figures or 2 decimal places?
I did just use 2 decimal places. Right, true.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it have like a specific instruction. If there is, I'll cry. No, there isn't a specific instruction telling you what to round it off to. So it's fine. 2 decimal places or 3SF is fine. I
Okay, so
typically choose 2DP though.
okay, I understand. So you only use it specifically for math.
Well, in maths, they have like a whole instruction that says what to round it off to. In maths, they don't have a specific instruction for that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. This was a nice question. Actually, this was a nice question. I'll do a sketch for you guys to understand. So they're saying a boat begins at point O. So here what? A parallel diagram. So it begins at point O. And travels to position B. So this is a sketch, right? Yeah, you can leave it as 50 square root 3. That's fine. So some people would have written the exact answer, which is 50 square root 3. That's fine. Let me just confirm that. Yep. If you had 56, well, I was saying if you had 50 root 3, kudos to you. That's correct. That's correct as well. All these things are correct. They never asked for the answer in exact form though. So that's why I rounded it off to 2 decimal places. Are you seeing in exact form?
No, sir.
Nah, so that's why I write my answer as 86.60 meters squared. But 50 root 3 is the exact form. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so a boat begins point O and then it travels to where? Where does it travel to?
Point B.
So we're gonna call this point,
B?
right? And the direction was O to B. So upper arrow going from O to B. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
And I just gonna put the vector to the side. That vector was what? To go from O to B. What was the vector?
3i minus 4j.
Right. 3i minus 4j. And then they're saying it then proceeds to point C. So from B, it then goes to where?
Point C. So it's to C.
And to this vector here will be what?
Minus 5i plus 13j.
You see this diagram? This diagram is so clutch. So clutch in understanding what the heck happening.
Oh,
You can see what I mean, Virginia.
okay.
I just be sending the link to my phone first, but it doesn't join any of these Zoom meetings, boy. Alright, so let me read it back again so you can understand what happening. So a boat begins at point O. So it's starting from O, and then it travels to B. Bam. So this first vector over here is O to B, and it's 3i minus 4j. And then it proceeds to point C. So from B, then it goes to C. And they want us to determine O to C. Now, when you draw a diagram, you could actually understand what happened in here. So, Virginia, from
Yes,
the
sir.
diagram, by going from O to B to B to C, where did I go to? Where did I end up? I
At
went
C?
from, right, so I started from where?
O.
And I went to where?
To B, then to C.
But if we're talking about the resultant vector, I just went from O to C. So, by doing
Oh,
all of that, I went from O to C. So, let me show you what I mean exactly. So, to go from O to C, what did we do? We went from O to B.
plus B to C.
Yep, plus B to C. So, what was vector O to B?
4i minus 4j.
Nah, 3i minus 4j.
Oh, sorry.
And B to C was, that was just
Minus
minus,
5i plus 13j.
right? Now we need to look for like terms. So, C in 3, and I C in minus 5. What's 3 minus 5?
3 minus 5 minus 2.
So, minus 2i. And what's the other like terms?
Minus 4 and 13,
Which would be?
which would be 9. So plus 9j.
Right. So, the vector for O to C is minus 2i plus 9g. You understand?
Oh, that's all?
That's all.
Oh,
That's it.
wow.
3 marks. 3 marks. You ought to cry to get 3 marks in maths for a vector question. In advanced, it's real straightforward. But drawing the
Yeah.
diagram make it, like when you draw the diagram, it makes so much sense. So much sense.
Yeah, I agree because it looked kind of confusing with I and J. But
Yeah.
isn't I the units to X and J the units to Y or something like that?
Yeah, so I represents 1 unit to the right on the x-axis, and
Oh,
J represents 1 unit up on the y-axis. I and J are both unit vectors,
all right.
and any linear combinations of the unit vectors would allow you to span the Cartesian plane. So basically what I'm saying is any multiple of I, and when you combine it with J, it allows you to traverse the Cartesian plane, like allow you to go to different places on the Cartesian plane.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Yeah, because X is just a horizontal movement and Y is just a
Yeah.
vertical movement. So you understand if I combine different horizontal and vertical movements, and I can really go anywhere on the 2D
Yes, sir.
space.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Hence show that the scalar product of OB and OC is minus 42. So we're talking about scalar products. That is just I know you're in Form 4,
Isn't it
but
just something you would multiply the vector by?
yeah, this scalar product is just a dot product. It's just a dot product. That's all. So we want to find the dot product of OB and OC. So vector OB, what was that? Vector OB was 3i minus 4j, and O to C we found out before. Just find that O to C was minus 2i plus 9j. So the scalar multiple will just be the dot product. So how are we going to do this? We're going to multiply the x components, and we're going to add that to the product of the y components. So what are the x components here?
3 and minus 2.
And then what are the y components?
Minus 4 and 9.
Right,
So
what
that
is,
would be minus 6 plus minus 36.
which is?
Um, Let me see. Wait, so my brain kind of paused. That's minus 42. Wait, that's just the answer.
Yeah, that's the answer because it said hence show. Show.
Okay.
Show.
Yeah.
Right? That was hey, this is an easy 6 marks. Easy 6 marks in the paper so far.
Yeah, I agree. So is vectors like the easiest topic?
Yeah, vectors is the easiest topic in hard maths.
Okay.
For sure. Using the right angle triangle below, derive the identity sin squared x plus cos squared x is equal to 1.
Oh no.
And they're telling us the angle here is x. So if this is the angle x, then that would make this side the what?
The hypotenuse,
Make this side the what?
the adjacent,
And this side the?
opposite.
Right, so here what? We want to prove that sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equal to 1. The best proof for this is looking at the unit circle, but there's also a good proof. It comes from a unit circle. But anyways, sine squared x plus cos squared x is equal to 1. So I would need to figure out what sine x is, and I would need to figure out what cosine x is.
I think sin x is minus cos x. No?
Nah.
Oh,
Sine
not
x. Nah. Even simpler. Sine x is just the ratio between the opposite and the hypotenuse. So sine x is over h.
Oh,
What is cos x? What is cos
okay.
x?
A over h. So
A
when
over
do you apply that minus cos x and stuff?
That's when you have a double angle. So like if you had something like sine 2x, it would say 2 sine x plus x, which is
Oh,
what I think you're thinking about.
yeah. And I couldn't memorize it. I didn't memorize it, but I remember doing that yesterday.
That's fine. Tell me, what is O and what is H?
Okay, the opposite is A and the hypotenuse is C.
So here, if I wanted to find for sine squared x, I just had to square both sides. So sine squared x is going to be what over what?
A over C squared?
Right, which is a squared over c squared, yeah?
Yes, sir.
And cos x. Cos x would be e over h,
So B over C.
right? That'll be b over c. And I want to find for cos squared x.
So that would be B squared over C squared.
Correct. And now we're trying to prove that sine squared x plus cos squared x is 1. So I know what sine squared x is. Sine squared x is a squared over c squared.
Yes, sir.
And I'm adding that to what?
B squared over C squared.
And I'm trying to prove that that is equal to 1, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so stay with me. I have the same denominator, so what can I do?
You can add the two and leave the denominator the same.
Right? And that's supposed to be equal to 1. Now here what? What does Pythagoras' theorem state?
That A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared. That?
Take your time.
What else does it state? I don't know.
Right, so what Pythagoras' theorem actually says, it says that the hypotenuse squared is equal to the other side squared plus the other side squared.
Oh, so that's not the C squared equal to A squared plus B squared, or no?
That's what you're talking about, is that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's correct. I'm probably misheard you. So C
Oh.
squared is equal to A squared plus B squared, right? That's from Pythagoras' theorem.
Yes, sir.
And so here what now? Here what? Remind me, C squared is equal to what?
C squared, I don't know. 1?
Nah, C squared is equal to what? According to Pythagoras' theorem, what is C squared equal to?
The hypotenuse squared?
A squared minus B squared.
Oh. So
Well,
the
check this
other
out.
side squared.
Exactly. C squared is equal to?
The other side squared plus the other side squared.
Right, so C squared is just equal to A squared plus B squared. And so over here now I can replace A squared plus B squared with what?
I don't know.
Nah, you know it. From Pythagoras' theorem, we would have shown that C squared is actually the same thing as what?
The hypotenuse squared.
Okay,
Oh, A squared plus B squared.
yes, that is it. So, from Pythagoras' theorem, C squared is actually just equal to A squared plus B squared. So
Okay, so you can
instead,
replace a squared plus b squared with c squared then.
yes,
Oh, and anything divided by itself is 1.
yes. So c squared over c squared is 1.
Okay, I see.
So in this question, you had to find for sine x and cosine x. You had to square it, find for sine squared x cos squared x, add it, and then you use Pythagoras theorem to make the numerator c squared. And c squared over c squared is 1. So 1 over 1, well, c squared over c squared is 1. 1 is equal to 1. I mean, if you're okay with this.
Yes, I'm okay. Now that I understand the concept.
Right. So all I did over here, from this line to this line, is just what? From here to here is just what?
Substitute and
Right? Pythagoras theorem.
oh,
Right? Because Pythagoras theorem says that c squared is literally equal to what?
a squared plus b squared.
Right? So I substitute like you said. Bam. Easy marks. Right? Okay, introductory calculus. They want me to find the first derivative. F prime x means the first derivative. Given that f of x
Oh,
is equal to the square root of x minus cosine 4x. So, Virginia, before I tackle this question, I'm going to rewrite the square root of x as what? X to what power?
x
Square root. Square root is the
x
same thing
power
as what?
oh x to the power of a half.
Yep. So since cosine 4x is in a bigger question, we're just going to use the shorthand version of the chain rule. So
Okay.
you'll see what I mean just now. So when you differentiate it, you're going to multiply by the power, and then you're going to minus 1 from the power. So what's a half minus 1? So you're going to minus 1 from the power. Right, so a half minus 1, that's going to make my power turn to negative a half. Now, if I am differentiating cosine 4x, I'm going to forget about this negative sign for now. So I'm going to put a bracket.
Yes.
If you differentiate in cosine 4x, I want you to look at the inner function. The inner function is 4x. If I differentiate 4x, what that'll be?
4
4. If I differentiate cosine, you know what that'll be?
sine
Nah, if I differentiate cosine, that'll be minus sine.
or minus sine. Oh gosh, I mixed that one up.
Yeah. And I'll write back the 4x. Like so. And I'm gonna end up with 1 over 2 x to the power negative a half. If I simplify this, see that we have negative by 4 by negative. So what would that work out to be? So it's a negative by negative.
A positive
So it just work out to be plus 1.
plus 4 sine 4x.
Yep, that's literally it. That's it.
Oh, that's the end of the question.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And this would be your first derivative, f prime x.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so let me run it back again. And if you want, you could do more. You could do more.
Okay.
Observe that we have a negative power here. Anytime you have a negative power, you can send it to the denominator. So
Oh,
I could
yes.
rewrite this as 1 over
A half x to the power of a half.
right. And summing to the power of half is the same thing as what?
The square root.
So if you wanted, you could have gone this far.
Okay.
All right, let me run it back again, right, quickly, for anybody that might be using this to study. So, tell me, right, if I differentiate cosine x, what that will be?
Minus sine x.
Good. So, here what happened, right? The first thing I have to do is rewrite the square root of x is x to the power of half.
Yes.
Once that was the case, I could have differentiate. So I multiply everything by a half, and I took away 1 from the power. So a half minus 1 gave us minus half. I'm going to forget about the negative. I'm just going to forget about the negative for now, right? I'm going to open up a bracket, and I'm going to differentiate cosine 4x. If you differentiate this is a chain rule example, right? I'm going to differentiate the inner function first. If you differentiate 4x, what that will be?
4
4. If I differentiate cosine, that'll be
minus sine.
And then I put back the inner function, 4x. Minus 4 by minus by minus is a plus, so that's how I get a plus 4 sine 4x. So you okay with how I differentiated the minus cosine 4x?
Yes, sir.
And you okay with how I differentiated the x to the half?
Definitely.
Cool. Now it's a negative power, so we can send it to the denominator by the 2. If I send it to the denominator, the negative a half goes into positive a half. And so summing to the power positive a half is just square root. So this is the most simplified answer. Alright. Cool. That's it. So you see this notation over here?
Is that a second derivative or something?
Eureka! You're hitting it on the head. This is the second derivative. Because you have two little dashes on top.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so we have g of x is equal to x plus 1 to the power 4. This question is worth 3 marks.
Oh,
So I would not advise you to do the whole, like the long thing, the whole thing. I would advise you to do the shorthand version of the chain rule. See, now it's just 3 marks. So let's find the first derivative. If you're doing the shorthand version of the chain rule, you're going to pre-multiply by the power. So what's the power here?
4.
Can I write 4? If I differentiate the inside, what would I write?
1.
I gotta write back x plus 1 and I'll do all the power.
Subtract 1.
So 4 minus 1 is?
3.
So the first derivative is just 4 by x plus 1 to the power 3. Let's find the second derivative now, and I assure you it's the same procedure. So you tell me what to do.
Okay. So it'll be 12x. No, wait, sorry. 12x plus 1 to the power 2.
You tell him. You jump in the gun, big up yourself, And then we take away 1 from the power. So 3 minus 1 is?
2.
Right. So 3 by 4 is?
12.
Now, guys, I would not advise you to do the whole long chain rule. I mean, it's just 3 marks. And you have to find the second derivative, so you would have to do the full chain rule 2 times. I don't feel like that's with 3 marks. I would just do this. Use the shortcut 2 times. Right. So that's it there. If you, I'm just put the full work into the side in case anybody want to see that. So I could say let g of x be y. This is alternative, right? This is I don't recommend doing all of this, but I just putting it here for like revision purposes. So what causing the problem here is x plus 1. So if you wanted, you could say let
X
u
be
be
equal- Oh, sorry.
right, and then y would be equal to u to the power 4. They differentiate this u with respect to x. If I do that, that'll just be 1. If I differentiate y with respect to u, that'll be 4u. I take away 1 from the power 3. To get back dy dx, that would be, yeah, you see why I would not recommend all of this?
Yeah.
Because you gotta
It's
do this
really
another
easy.
time. Then du dx is 1.
1.
So 1 by 4 is 4. And well, we're gonna recall that u was x plus 1 to the power 3.
Okay.
Right? Yes, I would not recommend doing all this. I don't recommend doing all this at all. It's way too much.
Yeah.
So this is dy dx. So we want to find for d2y dx squared. So we're gonna say let u be equal to x plus 1. And if that is the case, then dy dx will be what?
Wait, I'm confused. Sorry, I got lost. 4. Oh.
Same procedure. This would be du dx. That'll
So
be
that's
1.
just equal to 1.
And I make a mistake here.
Oh.
It would not be dy dx, it would be dy d what now?
Du?
Yeah, dy du. So that would turn into d2y du squared, and that would be 12u squared. And so, but I originally wanted to find d2y dx squared, which would be given by du dx multiplied by d2y. You see what I did? I would not recommend doing all of this.
Yeah, I see.
Why would you do this to yourself? Why would you?
I don't know. Maybe they just didn't know the shorthand method.
That would be sad.
Mm.
I'm doing all of this to show students why they should know the shorthand method. But you see, I'll get the answer.
Yes.
So, guys, this is what would happen if you do the long full working. That is not 3 marks, probably like 5 marks. I would not recommend this. I would not recommend this. So, like, this is not recommended. Not recommended.
Oh yes, it has to be in bold and red, especially.
If I see a question like this for 3 marks, and I see it is the second derivative I want to find, and I see it in chain rule, I gotta do the shortcut. This is what is recommended.
Yes.
Do this. All right, cool. All right, this is a nice question. Each side of a block of ice in the shape of a cube is melting uniformly at a rate of 30 centimeters per minute. So from that piece of information there, I know that the length of my side, so I could say ds dt, is melting at a rate of.
Wanted.
Now, if they say melting, it's implied that I'm losing, that my length is decreasing. So I don't need to put negative because they already said is melting uniformly. So if I said melting uniformly, it implies that it's already negative.
Okay.
So I am just going to say the SDT is a third. Okay, if you're confused, right? It's DSDT. So what two things are changing here? So Virginia.
Yes. The length with respect to time.
Exactly. So that's why I say DS. Would you prefer if I use DS or DL?
DS is fine.
Okay. And then they're saying, at what rate is the ice block's surface area? So they mentioned surface area. So we gotta find surface area. When the sides of the ice block are 150 centimeters. So they want us to find at what rate is the block's surface area? That implies they want us to find d what over d what.
What do you refer to surface area as? Is it specific? Is there anything specific?
We
Or
could
could I
just refer to it as A. We could refer to it as A.
So dA? Okay.
So the change in surface area with respect to, anytime you see rate is with respect to what?
Time. So dt.
So they want us to find dA dt. Let me show you how we're gonna do that, right?
Okay.
If I want to find dA dt, then dA would have to come over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the denominator, what would have to come over here?
dt.
Exactly. So
And
then I'm
then
looking for some other thing that's changing. When you look at these, is anything else changing?
Yeah, ds.
Yeah,
And-
DS.
And I remember you said it has to be the same, so on both sides.
Exactly. So you cancel off to give it the ADT.
Yes.
So we already have the SDT. Well, what would I have to find? What would I have to find? I already have the SDT. I already have the SDT.
Okay. So you need to find DADS.
Yes, that is it. That is it. So I need to find this. How are we gonna find that? Well, if they tell me I'm dealing with our cube, right?
Yeah.
I'm dealing with our cube. How much sides does our cube have?
12, I think.
Nah.
No,
Um,
I
I should,
forgot.
I should say faces. Faces go make it easier to understand. Faces. How much faces does it have in our cube?
6.
6 faces. You have 6 faces for a cube. Because watch, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, like you have 4 all around, and then you have the top and the bottom. So that would count to what?
6. Right.
That would count to 6. Yeah, that would count to 6.
Okay.
And when we talk about surface area, we're talking about the combined areas of all the surfaces. If you have 6 surfaces and each surface is a square, then the surface area will just be what?
6 times the area of 1 square,
Correct. And the area of one square will be what?
side by side.
Side squared. Nice. So the
Okay.
surface area could be represented as 6s squared.
Okay.
And we need to find the ADS.
Yes.
So
Sir.
I'd have to differentiate area with respect to what?
Wait,
Oh,
what was
right
my
here.
options? I forgot.
Right here. So we're going to differentiate. By the way, if anybody that said anything, Virginia is a Form 4 student that she never listened to school as it. She's talking it
Oh,
out right now.
the
So we have
flaming thing.
a function for area in terms of what variable?
S?
S, because if S changes, imagine if I if I tell you like S is 1 and you plug it in, you get area. If I tell you S is 2 and you plug it in, you get different area. So the area changes with respect to what you plug in for S. So the area changes with respect to what?
So with respect to S.
Right. So we're gonna find the ADS. So how would I differentiate that?
Okay, so that'll just be 6S.
Nah. So when you're differentiating, you multiply by the power
Oh,
and you get minus
so
1 from the power.
okay, wait, I forgot that. Sorry. So 12S.
Good, because when I say 2 minus 1, that'll just be 1. Yeah,
Yeah.
12s. So cool. The ADS is going to be 12s. And I know that the SDT is 1 over 3. Again, they said melting, so it's implied that it is a reduction. It's implied that it's negative.
Okay.
In the question, they said, what rate is the ice block surface area melting when the sides of the ice block are 150? So they're telling us that the side is what?
150 centimeters.
Yeah, so I'm going to plug in what for the side.
150.
Correct. So 12 by 150 is?
I don't know. Hold on. 1800.
So we're going to find a third of 1800, which is?
600.
And let me show you something really cool, right? So it's a change in area with respect to the time. So if it's
Yes.
area we're dealing with, and we're measuring the sides using centimeters, what would be the dimension, what would be the units for area?
Centimeters squared.
Good, because imagine you have a side, so that'll be centimeters by centimeters, centimeters squared.
Yes.
And there's gonna be centimeters squared, and it's over time.
So
So
per minute.
centimeters per minute, yes. Big up you. You did really good for a Form 4.
Okay, that's great. I feel like it's because I do a lot of this in physics, like a lot of transposition and knowing the
Yeah. No, but you're really good.
yeah.
And now let me write a statement, right? Let me write a statement. So notice that I didn't. So like, okay, if something is melting, would the area be going up or going down?
Definitely going down.
Definitely going down. And so, if I say it's melting at this rate, doesn't that imply that it's going to increase at this rate?
I mean, I wouldn't say so, but I'll go with your word.
Oh, so Faye and Hills, I'm gonna explain something, right? In the question, they said, at what rate is the ice block surface area melting? If it's melting, it's implied that it is negative. I hope you understand. If it's melting, it's implied that it is negative. It's implied that it is negative. If I say it's melting at a rate of 5, well, in this case, if I tell you it's melting at a rate of 600 centimeters squared per minute, it means that every minute that passes by, my area is going to drop by 600. So I don't need to include the negative. Hope that helps. So, rate at which the ice blocks surface area is melting is equal to 600 centimeters squared per minute. So Ian, I hope you understand. If I say melting, it is implied that it is going down. So you don't need to say negative. It's like okay, if I ask you to find for deceleration, you're not gonna tell me. Okay, if it's deceleration, it's implied that it is negative already. So you're just gonna state the value. You're not gonna say negative 5 ms minus 2. If it's deceleration, it's understood to be negative. Same way over here. If I say melting, it's understood to be reduced. If you had the negative, CXC will give you that as correct. CXC will give you that correct as well, right? But it's just like a double negative in that sense. So Virginia, you understand that if something is melting, doesn't that imply that the area is decreasing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If I tell you I'm balding at a rate of 5 hair strands per hour,
You're
right?
boiling?
Balding, like I'm losing hair.
Boiled. Oh,
Yeah. If I tell you I'm balding at a rate of 5 hair strands per hour, would that in your head, would you think of me as gaining hair or losing hair?
definitely losing hair. I don't wish you that, sir. I don't wish
I
that
don't,
on
I
you,
don't,
sir.
I don't wish that on myself. But you understand that by me saying melting, it's implied that it is losing area. Hope you understand that.
Yes, sir, I do.
I don't need to say negative 600 centimeters squared per minute because it's implied. It's melting. It's melting.
Yeah. My teacher discussed this a lot in kinematics during physics.
Yeah, like you wouldn't. Okay, you wouldn't say if they ask you for deceleration. Are you going to say negative something, or are you just
Nope.
going to put the positive?
I just put the positive.
Because it's understood to be negative already, right? Because it's deceleration.
Yes, sir.
All right. This was a nice question. Figure 3 shows the velocity time graph for the motion of a particle for the first 11 seconds of its journey. Using the graph in figure 3, determine an approximate value for the acceleration of the particle at time t is equal to 4 seconds. Give your answer correct to 1 decimal place. So here what? Acceleration is just, what is acceleration? What is acceleration?
Velocity squared, I think.
Nah, acceleration is a change in velocity with
Oh,
respect to time.
oh, wait. Okay, that's embarrassing. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So the change in velocity over change in time.
Yeah.
So why am I telling you this? Well, you'd realize that you have a velocity time graph. So if I were to find gradient for a velocity time graph, then remember gradient is change in y over change in x. What's on the
Yes.
y-axis?
Velocity.
Velocity. So that would be change in velocity over change in what? What's on the x-axis?
Time.
Okay, by definition, the change in velocity over change in time is what?
Um,
What is
displacement.
it? Nah, we just looked at it.
Oh shoot.
Change in velocity.
Acceleration.
Correct. Change in velocity over change in time. I'll probably understand that gradient is a change in y over the change in x. If you look at what's on the y-axis, it's velocity. So change in velocity, and on the x-axis we have time, change in time. So change in velocity over change in time literally gives us acceleration. So if we want to answer this question, we need to find the what?
Acceleration.
By finding the?
Change in velocity over the change in time.
By finding the?
Gradient. Oh, gradient.
Gradient. Yes. And they want us to find the acceleration at a time of 4 seconds. 4 seconds. So here's what you're going to do. 4 seconds will be over here. I don't know if you're seeing that.
Yes, sir.
Now, since they never gave me the function, I have to estimate. I have to estimate the gradient. So let me show you how we're going to do that. You probably learned this in maths. I'm not sure if you did, but if you're given a curve and you want to find the gradient at a point, you draw a tangent at the point they're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
You learned that before now?
Yeah, I have in Form 3. But
Okay, good.
Bit back.
So that looks like a tangent, yeah?
Yes, sir.
I looking like a tangent. So I want to pick 2 nice points along this. Well, this is okay. Let me show you something real simple, right?
All right.
If it's at t is equal to 4, so right here, we could use this point if we want. What would this point be?
4.
So we could use the 4, 4. And we could also use, heck, we could use this point over here if we want. What's our point
So
over there?
2, 3.
2, 3. So, if you recall, to find the gradient, it is a change in y over change in x. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1.
Yes.
So we could call this x1, y1, and we could call this x2, y2. But really, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't
Yeah.
matter which one you call x2, x2, y2, or x1, y1. So y2 is 4, y1 is 3, x2 is 4, x1 is 2. So 4 minus 3 is what?
1,
4 minus 2 is?
2.
So a gradient is going to be further 0.5.
Yes.
And let me, this is, again, it's like heavily physics, right? Heavily physics. What's on the y-axis here?
Velocity.
Which is in meters per second, right?
Yes, sir.
So on the y-axis, you have meter per second. And on the x-axis, you have what?
Seconds.
So let me show you something, right? You have meters per second divided by second,
Mm-hmm.
which is the same thing as meters per second multiplied by 1 over s. When you
Yes.
work that out, that'll be meters over what?
Meters over seconds squared.
Which we know is acceleration. Is that not acceleration?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that was the answer for this question. So the answer for this question, right?
0.5 meters per second squared.
Somebody said, can an answer be 2 over 3? 2 over 3 might be a bit of a far-fetched. Yeah, 2 over 3, something like too much of a far-fetched. Yeah, boy. But I would have, I'm not, okay, so this graph here, I would have just do up the paper. I would have estimated a function for the paper, for the graph in the test. So maybe this graph and the graph on the paper could be slightly different, but when I calculated the graph on the actual paper itself, I got something close to 0.5 as well. So I think 2 might be a stretch. Might be a stretch. So I'm going to run through this whole process again, but essentially, when t is equal to 4, the acceleration is what?
0.5 meters per second squared.
So you could write it like this if you want, or you could say 0.5 ms minus 2, whichever you feel comfortable doing.
Yes, sir. But sir, can I get my charger quickly? I'm on like 19%.
No problem. We nearly finished the paper.
Okay, thank you.
This is hard maths. I'm just doing the corrections for the June 2026 paper.
Okay, so I'm back.
All right, nice. So let me continue, right?
Okay.
So find the area of the finite region bounded by the curve y is equal to minus 2x squared plus 7x and the lines x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 1. So what we have here, this is a finite integral. Anytime you do finite integration, you find the area bounded by the curve and the bounds. So if I want to find the area, it's just going to be the integral from 1 to 2 of the function minus 2x squared plus 7x dx. I think I recall this from yesterday, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I do.
So if we integrate this, I'm going to add 1 to the power and then divide by that new power. So this will be minus 2x, 2 plus 1 is 3, divide that by 3. Do the 7x for me now.
Okay. 7x squared divided by 2.
Yep. I'll be 2, 1. So I'll say minus 2 by 2 cubed all over 3 plus 7 by 2 squared all over 2 minus the same thing, but I'm just going to plug in 1 this time.
Oh, okay. Can I put all of this in my calculator, or do I have to do it in parts?
You can plug the whole thing if you want.
Okay.
So, and if you have a Casio, you could plug the integral directly into the calculator.
Oh, really?
So,
How?
yeah, so watch. You press the integral button.
I have no idea what the integral button is. Wait. It's
Since
it's not the same one. It's the class whiz one.
you have the class quiz as well.
Yeah, but not that one. The 991 class whiz.
Wait, so the final answer should be 35/6. I'm just saying that.
Okay. I'll figure
35.
it out one day, so don't worry.
Wonder which one you have though. Like it should be there. Maybe you might have to press. Okay, instead of the integral button, are you seeing like a summation button or something?
Nope.
Oh nah, I'm not sure.
Hmm.
You have the 991 ESNs.
No, class whiz.
That's weird, because I had the class was here.
No, not that one. The newer one. The one that came out like not too long ago.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about. In my opinion, it's like the best Casio class was. I really like this one.
Really? Okay, that's
I think you are talking about. Wait, maybe you're talking about this
yes,
one?
that one. That one. That's the one I have.
Yeah, fancy thing, boy. I never used this one before, you know.
Seriously?
Yeah, it looks so confusing.
Oh,
Yeah, like this looks so confusing. What?
I remember I pressed something and I saw summation, and I feel like that's where it was, and I just don't remember what I pressed yesterday.
This
Like
looking so complicated.
it's not that bad when you get used to it, but like the feel. Oh, I found it.
What you
So
had to do?
press catalog, then function analysis.
Wait,
Wait. Yeah.
yeah, look at
Yeah, I
right.
see it. I see.
Why so complicated though? Like, nah, I prefer the other classes.
Okay.
For the other classes.
Okay. Fair enough.
Right? Alright, cool. 35/6 units, that's the answer. You can leave it like that, you can write it as to 2 decimal places.
Okay.
35/6.
So 5.83.
Cool. Now move on. So they're saying find the volume of a solid of revolution in terms of pi for the region bounded by the curve y is equal to 2x squared minus 3, the x-axis and the lines x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. Alright. So if you want to find volume is going to be pi integral your lower limit, your upper limit, your function squared dx.
Whoa.
So for me to answer this question, I need to find y squared to begin with. So if y is 2x squared minus 3, then y squared is just going to be that by itself.
Yes.
So if we expand that, what's that going to be?
Okay, so 4x cubed to the power 4 minus, we could put minus 12x squared, right?
Yeah, I just do the full thing.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
I could never do like speedrun and thing. Like, all my videos,
I think I've just gotten used to it because that's how my teacher does it. So I just had to catch up. She goes like really, really fast.
I see. Like, I feel like most students in the Caribbean need like a slower style of teaching. And
Oh,
it's like, why I make my page? Because like, a lot of students can't keep up.
You know something? You actually teach a lot like my teachers. Like they go really in depth and then they'll go fast when everyone catches the concept. So that's pretty cool. I was glad that I found you. Like randomly at 2 a.m.
2
I saw
a.m.
you doing a physics live and I was like, you know what? Why not join on TikTok? So yeah, that's
And
how I feel.
how long was that though?
I think that was
Sorry,
like around Christmas. Yeah. That was the first time I saw you around Christmas.
I see.
Yeah.
And generally speaking, I could never really go that fast because there's always a bunch of new kids joining and I don't really know where they're at. So I generally just default to going a bit slow. But if I had to do this paper by myself, I could speed through this paper real fast.
Yeah. Hopefully I can be like that one day. One day, one day.
Nah, for sure, for sure. You're already more than halfway there. Right?
Okay.
So I found y squared. Y squared was just the function by itself. So I got 4x to the power 4 minus 12x plus 9. So I substituted here and I plugged in the upper on the lower and the upper limit. So 0 and 1.
Okay.
So now I have to integrate. So that'll be 4x to the power 5 divided by,
5.
and that'll be minus 12x to the power 3 divided by,
3.
and that'll be 9 what?
Squared divided by
Nah,
2.
nah,
No?
9x.
Oh, 9x.
Yeah,
Oh, wait. Yeah, I remember you said this last. I'm sorry.
it's
I feel
okay.
like I just need to memorize all of these things and then I'll be fine.
I should probably understand it before you memorize. Understand it
Oh,
before you memorize.
yeah, that too.
So I can plug in 1. So it'll be 4 by 1 to the power 5 all over 5
Mhm.
minus 12 by 1 to the power 3 all over 3 plus 9 by 1. Now, since in all the cases you have x being multiplied by something and your lower limit is 0, if I plug 0 into any one of these expressions, what would I get?
You just get 0.
Yes, I could just write minus 0.
Okay. But I mean, it's being multiplied by 1, so wouldn't the answer just be the same thing? But without x, I guess.
We,
Like, wouldn't it be 4
oh,
to
yeah,
the
yeah,
power
yeah.
5 to the
Yeah,
5?
yeah. Yeah, it would just
So,
be 4 over 5 minus 12 over 3 plus 9.
yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
I feel like I need to be more articulate. Like, I'm not explaining myself too well.
That's fine. It's fine. So plug that into your calculator and let me know what you get in for V.
Okay.
Did
Do I need
they
to do
did
it in radians? Or
Nah, it doesn't matter. It only
doesn't
radians is only matter if you plug in something into a trig function.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, let me know what you get.
Okay. Wait, is it still 4 to the power 5?
You can just put 4 over 5.
Okay.
That's 4 over 5. Let me verify.
Okay, so I got 29 over 5 pi.
Let me verify that.
Okay.
29 over 5.
Yeah.
So that'll be 29 over 5 pi.
Yes, sir.
And that would be units cube.
Oh, yeah. Because it's volume.
Right. And we don't know the units.
Okay.
And why did I leave it in terms of pi? Well, they said they want the answer in terms of pi.
Okay. So if it didn't say in terms of pi, what would your answer be? Just 29 over 5? Or no?
No, you'd work it out. You work out the full thing. So you'd say you'd plug 29 over 5 by pi, and you'd write your answer the two decimal places.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
problem. We're nearly there, boy.
Really? Oh, wow.
Nearly finish. Determine the equation of a curve whose gradient is dy dx is equal to that and passes through the point A0719. Right, so here what, right?
Yeah.
You see this dy dx?
Mm-hmm.
This would have suggested I had a function in terms of x at some point, and then I differentiated it. And that's what we have right now. We have the first derivative.
Okay.
So I differentiated to get dy dx. What would I do to get back y?
Integrated?
I would have to integrate dy dx, yes. Now
Oh.
before I integrate anything, that looking mad confusing, but it's really simple though. They just make it look real confusing.
Okay. I trust you.
So we're gonna try to simplify that and make it look simpler.
All right.
So you see how we have 5x plus 1 to the power 2? And we can expand that simple.
Well, yes, sir.
If it was something like to the power 5 and thing, nah. But you see
Nah.
how we say the power 2, you could easily simplify that.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 10 over 3 by so
25x plus 5x plus
at
5. Oh,
some point in the future I'll go make back this video and I'm in more in depth, but yeah.
wait, I forgot to say x squared. Sorry. So 25x squared plus, oh, I could say 10x. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Plus.
And if remember we're multiplying this entire thing by 10 over 3.
Okay. So just do that in my calculator.
Well, we could distribute it one time, so that'll be 250 over 3x squared plus 100 over 3x and 10 over 3 by 1 is just 10 over 3. Would you say that this is something that's easy to integrate now?
I guess so.
No, it is. Remember, once it's x to the power, you add 1 to the power and you just do what?
Divide by that power.
Exactly. So this was looking a lot real complicated. So what did I do? I took that, I expanded it, and I simplified it.
Yes.
So that means the same thing as this. Same thing. So now if I want to get back the original equation, which is y, I have to integrate this. So I'd integrate dy dx with respect to x. If you wanted, you could have pulled out the 10 over 3 and put it outside the integral too. But
Oh,
I just
okay.
prefer to do this.
Is this faster?
I wouldn't say so. I just feel like it's the easiest thing.
Okay.
Integrating this with respect to the variable x.
Okay.
And on the left hand side, if you integrate dy dx, you're going to get y. On the other side, remember you're gonna add 1 to the power and divide.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 250 over. It's really gonna be 3 by 3
Okay.
x to the power 3. But why? How I know that? Well, the new power is gonna be 3, right?
Yes, sir.
And I have to divide by 3. Dividing by 3 means the same thing as multiplying by what?
A third.
So you see why I put 3 by, you see why I get 3 by 3, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the next one is going to be 100 all over 3 by what?
2.
Yes, 3 by 2. Next one is going to be 10 over 3 what? If I integrate a constant.
Oh, that would just be 0.
Nah, you're talking about
What?
differentiation. Let's look at this example here. When I integrated 9, what did 9 turn to?
9x.
Yep.
So that'll just be 10 over 3x.
And since I don't have any limits, this is indefinite integration. So I'll have to put the plus c. And as a matter of fact, that's why they give me the point, you know. If I know a point that lies on the graph, then wouldn't that point satisfy the equation of the curve?
Yes, sir. Then you can find for c.
Yeah. I feel like I have a hard time believing you in Form 4.
Sir, why? Why would I lie to you, sir?
I don't know, but your knowledge, your skill set is like telling of somebody that's higher than Form 4.
Oh.
I mean, it could be like a gifted student. Could be the
Maybe.
case.
But I promise I'm in Form 4. I won't lie to you for like 3 consecutive days. Nah.
Okay.
Nah, I can't keep that up.
And the point they're giving me is 0.7 over 9. Now, truthfully, that is actually the y intercept. It's actually the y intercept. I'm not sure if you see that.
Oh,
That-
because x is 0.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So immediately I know C is, C already gonna be 7 over 9. C already gonna be 7 over 9. I know that.
Because x is 0. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Right, watch. X is 0 and y is 7 over 9.
Mhm.
So y is going to be 7 over 9. Anywhere I see x, I can't just write 0, but this is highly unnecessary.
Because anything multiplied by 0 will always be 0.
And not just that, that's the y-intercept.
Yeah.
That's already telling us what c is.
Yes, sir.
Anything by 0 is 0. So you're just going to get 7 over 9 is equal to c. So yeah, your answer is just going to be this plus 7 over 9.
Nice.
And you know me with my trust issues, I'm going to verify if this is true.
Of course.
So let me plug it into GeoGebra. A long thing there. So y is gonna be 250. I wonder if I finish this in under the time, but I doubt, because I was going real slow.
Oh. Probably because I'm in Form 4.
No, not that. I just can't do fast videos.
Oh,
If I teaching others, I can't, because like it's like some compulsive condition. Like I cannot go fast because I know if I go fast, I'm gonna confuse most people, and I
Oh.
can't live with that. I can't live with that guilt. I confuse people.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
All right, so and what point should lie on that?
0, 7. 7 over 9.
Let's see. You trust any maths?
Of course.
But why is it not on the graph?
So,
Oh no, that's just about 7 over 6. I put 7 over 6.
Okay.
What the 6 7?
Oh, no.
Bam. Oh, thank God.
Yes.
Oh, thank God. I was like, did I do something wrong? I just put 7 over 6. All right. Yeah, so this was the answer. I wouldn't say it was hard. It's just like you had to simplify this and then integrate.
Oh, yes.
Cool. So this is the answer. 250 over 9x cubed plus 100 over x squared plus 10 over 3x plus 7 over 9. Wow. Right? The velocity v of a particle moving in a straight line is given by v is equal to 5t minus 6 to the power a half, where t is the time in seconds which elapsed since the particle passed through A, fixed point O. Derive an expression of t for the displacement of the particle from O. So we want to find a function for displacement. And they gave us a condition. So they told us when the time was 2 seconds, the particle had a displacement of 3. So, do you know what velocity is?
Distance. Something with respect to time. I think it's distance with respect to time.
Right, and the vector counterpart for distance is displacement.
Displacement.
So that'll be ds dt. So velocity is actually ds dt. So tell me, if velocity is ds dt, right? And I
Yes.
want to find for s, what do you think I'd have to do here? So I have ds dt, and I want to find for s.
S. Make S the subject of the formula.
Nah. So like ds dt would have meant that I differentiated the function s with respect to time.
Okay.
So I have ds dt right now, but I want to get displacement. So what I should do on both sides? So I differentiated to get ds dt. So what I should do to get back s?
Multiply something.
Nah. What's the opposite of differentiation?
Oh, sorry. Integrate. So integrate 5t minus 6 to the power of a half.
That is it. So I'd have to integrate velocity, which is ds dt, with respect to time. Because what does this mean? This meant that okay, imagine you had a function here in terms of t, right? So s is equal to something t. Then I would have differentiated to get this.
Yes.
So if I want to go back, I have to integrate.
Yes.
After this, I can't sleep. I've been doing lives every single day.
Yeah, that's pretty tiring. How do you
Okay,
survive?
I just survive. So tell me, if I integrate ds dt, what do you think I'm gonna get?
Um,
It's simpler than you think. Remember, you differentiate to get ds dt, so you integrate to get back what?
ds dt.
Nah, ds dt means you would have differentiated. So
So
if I
you take
undo the differentiation, what would I get?
the velocity.
Nah,
I don't know.
check it
Something
out.
that was originally there. So, oh, just s.
Yeah, just s. Because ds dt meant that I differentiated s with respect to t. So if I integrate it with respect to time, it's gonna undo the differentiation to give us back s.
S. Okay. And what does S stand for? I forgot.
S is displacement.
Okay.
Remember, at the start of class, start of this question, I asked you what was velocity, and you said velocity is a change in distance over time.
Mm-hmm.
Say like distance over time.
Okay. Okay.
And you know that is velocity, distance over time?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But in physics, what is the vector counterpart to this to distance?
Displacement.
Right. And displacement is denoted by common s.
Oh yeah, I
Cool.
forgot about that.
So a lot of you will leave out this question, right? So anytime you have something in the form ax plus b to the power n, and you're integrating that. And I should remember from the couple of sessions, but
I know you have to multiply the new power by a. Yeah.
yeah, yes,
Yes. I remember
yes.
that.
So can you identify that that's exactly what we have here? Is just we have a different variable.
Yes, sir.
What's the different variable?
Well, in this case, we have t.
We have t. So let's integrate this in accordance to what we know. So I'll
Okay.
write back 5t minus 6, and I'll do what to the power?
Add 1 to the power.
So if I add a half, if I add 1 to a half, that was into what?
3 over 2.
Cool. And then I would divide by,
5 times 3 over 2.
yep, and that'll be plus c. So we have in the denominator,
Okay.
that would be 15 over 2.
Yes, sir.
So if you divide it by 15 over 2, is the same thing as multiplying by what?
I guess 1 over 15 over 2. Oh,
Nah,
no.
like you're overthinking. Okay, so
Oh,
if you
oh, 2 over
imagine,
15.
yeah, 2 over 15, it would just be reciprocal. So I could rewrite this whole thing as 2 over 15 by 5t minus 6 to the power 3 over 2 plus c. I mean, if you understand that.
Yes, sir. I understand.
And we need to find for c, right? So we're looking for any information or conditions they gave us. Did they give us any conditions?
When t is 2, the displacement is 3 meters.
Good. So when t is 2, what's s?
3 meters.
Yeah. Yep. So we're gonna replace s with 3. I'm gonna plug in what for t.
2.
So a lot of this stuff just looks hard, right? I hope you can see that. It just looks hard.
Yeah, it just looks really complicated, and once you understand the concept, it's simple.
Exactly. That's exactly it. So let me plug that into the calculator one time.
Okay.
So I can plug in 2 over 15. I can plug in this whole thing.
Okay.
So you can plug it in too so we can verify the answers at the end.
Let's
So
hope I get the same thing.
let's hope I get the same thing. Like we both get the same thing.
Yeah. Okay, I got 16 over 15. Okay.
16 over 15 is
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, nice.
Alright, cool. We know what that is. So that is equal to 16 over 15 plus c. We're trying to
Okay.
find for c, so I gotta move this across.
Yep.
So that'll be 3 minus 16 over 15.
Yes, sir.
And so what would you get for c?
29 over 15.
Let me just confirm that.
Okay.
3. Gosh. Yeah, big up yourself. So,
Yes, sir.
our final answer, it would just be S is equal to 2 over 15. Bro, let me just copy and paste this.
Okay.
S is equal to this plus what?
29 over 15.
And if I were to graph this, it would be S on the y-axis, and the input would be T, so T would be on the x-axis.
Yes,
And
sir.
what point should be on this graph? What point should be on this graph? Let me see how bad it is. Let me see how bad it is. What point should be on that graph?
Seriously, oh my god, I don't know. 29, 0, 29 over 15. Because I
Nah.
see, right?
Oh, yeah, you're correct. You're correct. You're correct. That's correct. That's an excellent observation. But look at the condition they gave you.
Okay.
What was the condition they gave us?
Okay, so when T is 2, S is 3.
So let's verify that. You think you trust any maths?
Of course. Always.
That's good. That's good. I don't trust any maths. Maths never let you down.
Okay, nice, nice, nice.
So why would I gonna change the variables, right? So instead of using S, I will use Y, and instead of
Okay.
using T, I could use X.
Yeah.
I see how a lot of people would have struggled with this paper because of all of the algebra.
Oh. I mean, I like algebra.
I see that. So when I graph this out, by the way, you notice it's not continuous function. When you do higher level maths, you learn about continuous and non-continuous functions and points of discontinuity.
Mhm.
The reason for this is because you have 3 over 2.
As
Can you find square roots of square roots of negative numbers?
no, sir.
Nah, so like that's why that's why the graph kind of cut off now, because all the
Oh.
other solutions, because I don't know if you realize, but 5t minus 6 to the power 3 over 2 is just the square root of 5t minus 6 to the power 3.
Yes, sir.
And so there's gonna be some values for t that's gonna make the inside the square root sign negative.
Oh.
And so you wouldn't be able to plot on the graph. But anyways, say no more. What point should be on the graph? What point should be on the graph?
Wait, sir, I forgot.
What was the condition they gave us? What was the condition
So
they gave
when
us?
T is 2, S is 3, so 3, 2?
Nah, 2 comma
No?
3.
Oh.
Because T is the input. T
Oh,
is the
wait,
input.
I said it wrong. Yeah, T is on the x-axis.
Look at badness. Look at badness.
Yes, sir.
See that badness? Look it on the graph.
Yeah. Maths will never disappoint.
So like a lot of students, they don't look at maths like this, you know. They look at maths just on paper, but they don't make the connection that all of these things could be plotted on a graph. And so that is what would separate the average odd math students from like an excellent one that would probably merit. Just
Yes.
saying. Right. Let me we're in the last section now.
Well, you see, this is where I fell asleep, so I didn't see anything for probability and statistics.
But this is real easy. Hey, this is real
Oh.
easy. This is so
Oh.
easy. They bring probability so easy this year is a shame.
Oh, okay.
Find the probability that a student prefers Instagram and is a female. So
Oh.
if she prefers Instagram and is a female, how much that will be?
I don't know. I've seen 70 people there.
Right, so 70. So the answer is just gonna be 70 over the total. How much people it have altogether?
Okay, so 50 plus 70
Oh,
plus
you don't have to do all of that?
120.
You don't have to do all of that? Really
I
question.
don't. Oh, 270 students. Oh.
Right. Yeah. So
Oh.
what is 70 over 270?
7 over 27. I mean, you could just cancel the zeros.
Right? And if you wanted to be an exemplary student, you're really supposed to write the probability of Instagram intersect female,
Okay.
and that would be equal to the 7 over 27.
Oh, okay.
Because the intersect means and.
Oh, okay.
They said prefers Instagram and is a female, so Instagram and female. Instagram and intersect female. But
Okay,
you didn't have to do all that. It was a 1 mark question. But I just see now.
I feel like I would have done all that. Yeah, just to secure it. I don't know.
And then they're saying prefers TikTok given that the student is a male. So they prefer TikTok given that the student is a
Male.
right. So how are we gonna do that?
So 60 over 270.
Right, 60 over 270. Yep.
So
So
that's
how would you
290.
write that? How would you write that like properly in
Okay.
notation? Well, you'd use conditional probability. So if you wanted to write here what I don't think they're gonna take away marks for this, but I just showing the students the proper thing, right?
Okay.
You would say they're asking you prefers TikTok given that the student is a male.
So TikTok, that upside down U, I forgot what we called it. Male.
Nah.
No?
Nah. I'm gonna show you how you write that.
Okay. Wait, why is it flipped?
I will explain. You see this notation over here?
Yeah.
This notation asks, what is the probability of them being a male given that TikTok?
Okay.
Which is what the statement said. They said, prefers TikTok given that the student is a male. So, oh no, I messed it up. Sorry. Yeah. My bad, gang.
It's okay. So there's basically a different sign for given that and.
Yeah, so you see this over here?
Yeah.
The question becomes, what is the probability of somebody preferring TikTok given that they were a male?
Okay.
And this is called conditional probability.
Okay, so.
One
So do you
second.
do that in form 4 or 5?
You do that in form 5. Form
Okay.
5. Yeah. Right. So, but you don't have to do all this. I just showing students the proper notation.
I mean, I feel like I would do that just because I knew it. If I knew it at the time.
For sure. And truth be told, like the answer for this is real straightforward. So, given that the student is a male, so we're looking at male and we're looking at TikTok. So that'll be 60 over,
270.
which simplifies to
2 nights.
right. Wait, let me verify something.
Okay.
Let me verify something.
All right, sir.
Because I don't think it's that simple.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think it was that simple. I don't think so.
okay, sir.
If you're using conditional probability, I don't think that would be the case.
Okay. Is there
Let
a
me just
formula
verify.
that you need to apply or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
I had done the solutions here. Let me just verify.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Then that's why it was 2 marks.
Oh,
Conditional probability. Yep.
yeah.
So let me explain. Anybody that did what we just did, it's gonna be wrong. They are going to be wrong.
Oh no.
Let me explain something, right? So this is how conditional probability works. Probability of TikTok, given that they are male, so it's going to be the probability of TikTok and male all over the probability of male. I'll explain it to you in the end, right?
Okay.
So they said prefers TikTok given that the student is a.
Male.
So if it's given that the student is a male, then the probability is going to be with reference to the male population.
Okay.
I feel like you didn't understand that. Let me say that one more time. They
Oh.
said, given that the student is a male, so automatically the student is a.
Male.
How much males we have
Like in total or watch TikTok?
in total?
110.
Right. So given that the student, I'm telling you, the student is a male, right? So if I'm telling you the student is a male, then your sample space is really the 110.
Yes, sir.
And out of the 110, how much of them prefer TikTok?
60.
Yeah, so this is the correct answer, 60 over 110. If you didn't
Wait,
know
so
that,
did you
you're
write
wrong.
anything on your screen? Because I don't see a difference.
You're not seeing the screen?
I mean, I'm seeing it, but I'm just seeing the part where it said 2 nights.
You seeing the screen moving?
Nope. Maybe it's just why my Wi-Fi. Hold on.
Yeah.
I feel like it's my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so students with conditional probability have to be very careful. If I say given that, then that tells me the sample space I'm working with. It's a smaller sample space.
Oh,
I'll explain it back again because I feel like you didn't fully understand it. I could
mean,
tell. Like I could tell. Like I don't know. I have a gift for this. I could tell when a student don't fully understand something.
okay.
Like you don't fully understand it.
All
So
right.
so let me explain this again, right? So they're saying prefers TikTok, given that what is given? What is given?
That they are male.
How much males are there?
110 males.
Yeah, there are 110 males. Offer that from that 110, how much prefer TikTok?
60.
Yeah, so 60 over 110. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, so if you didn't use any formula, the probability of TikTok and meal was it 60, right?
Yes, sir.
And the meals we had 110 meals, so 60 over 110, so that's gonna be 6 over 11.
All
So
right.
a lot of students would get this question wrong because I know for a fact when I was doing the question, they would have say 60 over 270. But they said given that there's a meal, given that there are meals, so that kind of reduces the sample space to meals alone.
Okay.
Just to make sure you understand, right? What
Yes.
if I tell you prefers IG and is a female? So
And is it
prefers IG and is a female.
okay?
Prefers IG and is a female. What that will be?
So 90 divided by 160.
Now,
No?
prefers IG and is a female.
Wait. Sorry. 670 divided by 160.
Perfect. You're bad. Your relevant things fast, boy.
Oh, that's good.
All right. On part 3, is male or prefers Instagram. So the probability of them being a male, union means or
Okay.
Instagram. So anytime it's or, you could add probabilities because I consider in multiple events. And if I could consider multiple events, then these probabilities would add.
Okay. Nice.
So what is the probability of somebody chosen as our male? How much males we have?
110.
Right? So that'll be 110 all over 270. And how much people, generally speaking, prefer Instagram?
Instagram. 120.
Out of?
I forgot. 270.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you add up this, you get your answer. Again, union means add. Union means add. Because you're considering multiple different possible probabilities. You have to add all of the possible probabilities. And so when you add that, you're going to get 250, which simplifies to 23 over 27.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, that's correct. You could take it away from the intersection. That would be for non-mutually exclusive events. But I'm talking to somebody on TikTok. Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a question, right? Let me share
Yes.
something cool, Virginia. What do you think
Okay.
the maximum probability is?
Well, I remember for maths it was 1.
Same thing,
Because
right? Same thing is one. Same thing is one. Same thing is one. So if male or prefers Instagram is 230 out of the 270, what do you suppose female and TikTok is?
That 1 minus whatever that.
And what would that be?
So 1 minus that minus what? 23 over 27.
Yeah.
4 over 27.
Let me see, right? Let's see. So let me see that's true. So
Okay.
female on TikTok. Female on TikTok. So if we're looking at females, females is 70. And TikTok is that would be kind of sus.
Oh,
Kind of sus. Okay, you probably had to do more to this question then.
oh,
Yeah. Most likely you have to do more. Let me think.
all right.
I don't think it is simple. I don't think it is simple because it's 3 marks. It's 3 marks. It's 3 marks. I hate probability.
Oh,
Genuinely.
why?
Probability is one thing. Like I don't know, like I just never really like probability.
Okay, that's understandable.
Everybody has like their likes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like you'd have to use the formula for non-mutually exclusive events here. Because I don't think this would be correct. You need to consider the intersection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, how to be careful here. This is not correct. It's
Oh,
not as simple. It's not as simple. No, it's not that simple. So you have to use the formula for non-mutually exclusive events. So let me
all
explain what I mean. So here what? Non non-mutually exclusive events considers the probability that, there are overlapping events. If events could happen at the same time, would I want to count them twice?
right. No.
No, so I'd want to subtract the intersection. So let me explain what I mean. The formula for non-mutually exclusive events looks like this. So if I wanted to add the probability of A and B, then I would have to minus the intersection from that.
Okay.
Yeah. Right? So that'll be the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A intersect B. And let me explain. Let me give you an explanation, right? Because people might use this video to study.
All right.
So Max, I'm gonna give you an example. Let me just say R, T, and V and X we're doing bio, right? Initials. And let me just say R, T, and Y we're doing chem. If I
Yes.
asked you how much people it had there, how much you gonna tell me? Would you tell me 7?
No.
How much you gonna tell me?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you 5.
You gonna tell me 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you count the overlapping like the same people are doing the same thing?
No, I excluded that.
Exactly. So it's the same concept for probability. With probability, if you're combining two different outcomes, you need to subtract the probability where the events happen at the same time.
Okay.
It's the exact same concept like this. So you understood this concept, right? Like if you wanted to combine the bio and chem students, would you just add? Would you just add?
No, sir.
No, you would have to subtract the what?
People that do both subjects.
Exactly. So that's the mistake I made when I was doing this question.
Oh.
So here what? If we want to find the probability of male or Instagram, we'll need to consider the probability of males plus the probability of Instagram, and I'd minus that from the intersection. I'll show you what I mean.
Okay.
So what is the probability of somebody being a male?
In total, 120.
Nah, 110. I seen 110.
Oh.
I thought you said 120.
No, I said 120. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I saw something wrong.
So that'll be 110 over 270.
Okay.
The probability of Instagram, how much Instagram users are there?
Instagram. Oh, I was reading the wrong side. 270. Right? Right?
Nah,
Wait,
nah.
no, that'll be 120.
Well, 120, right? Because 50 males use Instagram, 50 females use Instagram,
Okay, I
and
just read
120.
the wrong sides. Like when you told me total, I read that.
but we need to subtract the intersection.
Okay.
Because here what, right? Let me explain something, Virginia.
Yes, sir.
I am asking you for mail or Instagram.
Okay.
Am I asking you for mail and Instagram?
No, sir. You're asking for
No.
either one.
Exactly, either one. So we'll have to subtract the intersection. You understand it now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I know I didn't. Because like when I think about it, right? You notice like when we was running it back, we didn't get one, and I was like something wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I look at the marks and I see it was 3 marks, and I was like, nope,
Mm.
non-mutually exclusive events. So male intersect.
I think we found that already. Oh, no.
Did we?
I don't know. I can't remember. I think.
Nah. So like we're looking for male and Instagram. So male and Instagram. So like male and Instagram.
So 50 over 270.
Yes, 50 over 270. I will leave all the little mistakes in the keeper because people need to see that, I am a human and I can make mistakes too. Mistakes is happen to anybody, right? And they will see why wrong too, which is important.
Yeah, that is. Okay, I got 2/3.
Let me verify that.
All right.
2/3.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
that's the correct answer. That is the correct answer. So Melissa, that rule, that's a non-mutually exclusive event rule. But for events that could never happen at the same time, it would just add the probabilities because they would never happen at the same time. But of course, when you're doing these types of questions, I just always tell my students to say, and I fall victim to it. Anytime you combine two events, you never assume that they are mutually exclusive. You never assume they're mutually exclusive. You always use the non-mutually exclusive formula. And I go on and do mutually exclusive and I just add them. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's okay, sir. Don't worry.
Right? Yeah, but the answer is 2/3.
Nice.
All right, so Melissa, see you said why not 50 over 120? I presume you're talking about over here. If we're talking about mail and Instagram, I'm looking for the population that's mail and Instagram. So that's 50. So that'll be 50 over the total, which is 270. I would not say 50 over 120. It's not conditional probability. I'm just talking about in general. So in general, if I'm talking about the whole population, 50 males use Instagram, so it's going to be 50 over 270. If it was conditional probability, then I would cut my sample space, but it's not conditional probability. So yeah, that's the answer, 2/3. Do like probability. Right. So in the interest of time, I did the solution already to save some time, right? Stem on leaves real easy. So let me get a rundown on how this is work, right?
Okay.
So they gave us a set of they gave us raw data, just like these scores on a pop quiz
Yes, sir.
for 35 students. Now, in a stem and leaf diagram, your stem comprises of the tens part, and your leaf corresponds to the ones part.
Okay.
So, and you would arrange the data in what order? What do you think? This looking like what order? Ascending or descending? So like,
It's like from
check it out. Like it's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The data looks like it's arranged in ascending order or descending order.
I guess ascending.
Ascending, yeah, because I sorted from the smallest values to the
Largest value.
exactly. So when you do that stem on leaf diagram, it's sorted in ascending order. And like I said, the stem is your tens, and leaves is your ones.
Okay.
So let me show you what I mean. So let's look at 42, right? What's the tens value for 42?
4,
What's the ones value?
2.
Right? So you could say 4, 2. if you
So that's two
notice,
twice. Why is there two twice?
because there's also a 42 here as well.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I said 4,
Oh,
2, 2.
I understand.
So if I ask you about this, what would that mean? What would that mean? What value would that be?
63.
What value would this be?
76.
Cool. So and it's just a very tedious process, but the harmonic diagram is straightforward. Let me know if you understand.
Yes, I understand so far.
So you're just gonna sort your tens. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I'll put that down as my tens. And I'm just gonna put the respective leaves. And I'm finding that from the information given. So like watch. 5. So like 5, what right? So we have 55, 51, and I have 52. Where's the 52?
Next to 51.
Oh, right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 5. So hence I said 1, 2, 5. Again, can you see that I have the smaller values than the bigger values?
Yes, sir.
So do you feel like you understand the general concept of the stem and leaf?
Yeah, I hope so.
So you're going to put on the stem and the leaves, and don't forget you need to put a key. If you don't put a key, you're not going to get full marks. You need to put a
Oh,
key. So a key could be like 9/2, and that would be what? What would that be interpreted as?
what? What was that supposed to say? I don't know. I'm confused.
Okay, remind me. What would this be interpreted as?
42. So would
So
that
what
be
would
92?
yeah, yeah. So 9/2 would be interpreted as 92.
Oh, okay.
So you'd put a little example now, a little key. So I choose 4, 2 is equal to 42, but you could have choose anyone.
Okay.
You could have choose like 7, 0, and that would have represented what?
70.
So I think you understand the stem and leaf. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, I wish we had 6, 7.
Whoa, 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 whoa. So here what? I'm going to leave part 2. I'm going to leave part 2 for the end.
Okay.
You'll see why I'm saying that.
All right, sir.
Part 3, calculate the 25th, 50th, and 75th percentile. So
Oh,
imagine you have a data set over here. This is a
okay.
normal distribution, by the way. A normal distribution. I could divide my data into 4 parts.
Okay,
First
so
part here, second part here, third part here, fourth part here. I would say that this over here would represent the what percentile?
first percentile?
Now it's
No?
it's 1 out of 4. So this would be the 25th percentile.
Oh, okay. I see. I see. And the other, and the one in the middle will be 50th, and the last will be the 75th.
Correct, because I'll be 3 over 4, which is 75%,
Yes.
which is 75th.
Yeah, I see now. Oh, okay.
So we refer to the 25th as Q1, we refer to the middle one as Q2, and the 75th as Q3. Right?
Yes, sir.
So if you want to find Q1 is going to be well, that's going to be 1 over what? What do you suppose?
Well, I was gonna say 25, but I feel like that's wrong.
Now, the 25 is the percentage, so how
So 1
much?
over 4? 1 over
Yeah, because that
4,
represents 1 over 4. So it'd be 1
25.
over 4, n plus 1, and this will tell you the position of the 25th percentile.
Oh, I see.
What do you suppose Q2 would be?
Okay, so that would be 2 over 4, n
Right?
plus 1, t8, to the power t8. I don't know.
And Q3 would be what?
3 over 4, n plus 1, th. To the power t3, th.
And this would tell us the position of the respective quartiles. We were dealing with 35, right? 35 people. So n would be 35.
Okay.
So if I want to find the position of Q1, that's just going to be a quarter of 35 plus 1, which is
So
36.
36.
So that'll be the which term?
Wait, I don't know.
Was
20,
that quarter of 36? Was that quarter of 36?
a quarter of 36. Oh, 9, 9, 9. If I divide, 4 into 36, 9.
And then this would be a half of 36. So that'll
Okay,
be the
so that
what
is
term?
the 18th term. Well, that would be 27th term, right?
Yep.
Okay, good.
So let me show you how we could find the Q1, Q2, and Q3. So we're gonna go back here, and I'm going to label this quickly. So this is my first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th. I think you get the idea, right? Or no?
Yeah, I got the idea. It's in chronological order, right? Right?
I wouldn't say chronological.
No? Okay.
Like chronological order is like time.
I mean, yeah.
Truth be told, we just care about up to 27 though. We just care up to
Oh,
27 because
oh, seriously?
the 27th would give us our Q3. That's all we care up to. The
Okay.
27th.
Okay, nice, nice, nice.
So to find for Q1, that's going to be the ninth term. So I want you to identify the ninth term.
66.
Yes, the ninth term is 66. So if I were to sort my orders, if I were to sort my data in ascending order, then the 25th percentile would be 66.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So that Q1. So Q1 is 66. Let's find for Q2 now. That'll be the 18th score.
Okay.
The 18th score is what? What's the 18th score?
76.
Correct? And let's find Q3 now. Q3 is going to be the 27th term. What is the 27th term?
84.
That's it there. 6 marks. 6 marks. What? 6 marks for that?
Well, 6 marks are secured.
That is crazy, man. That is genuinely insane.
Yeah.
That don't make any. What, 6 marks for this? Hard maths? Hard maths real easy. Nah, boy. Nah. Hey, you know how hard you look for 6 marks in regular maths?
Yeah.
If this question come in regular maths, they're not gonna give you 6 marks. They're not gonna give you 6 marks. They're not gonna give you 6 marks.
Oh man.
Right? Hence find the semi interquartile range. So let me
What
explain
is
something.
that?
So you see how we split our data into different like quartiles?
Yes, sir.
This over here between Q3 and Q1, that would be your IQR. Your
Okay.
interquartile range. Your interquartile range. And it makes sense because this is your first quartile, this is your second quartile, and it's your third quartile. So
Yes.
interquartile range, it's the range amongst the lowest quartile and the upper quartile. Hope you
Okay.
understand.
Yeah, I
So
think I understand.
so IQR is just going to be Q3 minus Q1. And if that is IQR, what do you suppose semi interquartile is?
I mean, I guess Q4 minus Q1.
Nah, there's no Q4.
Oh wait. Oh
Okay.
wait. Yeah, yeah. So it would just be Q2.
Nah. When you
No?
hear semi, what do you think about?
I'm thinking
Semi.
about half. So
Aha.
maybe so it'll be half of whatever your answer is.
Correct. So it's just gonna be Q3 minus Q1.
Divided by 2.
Yep.
I wasn't thinking when I said that. Nah, I feel like I just tired. That's sad.
You just tired too. That's
Yeah.
all. So IQ, let's find IQR quickly. If you wanted to find IQR, that's gonna be Q3. Q3 is 84.
Minus 66.
I look
So that's just 18.
What's in, boy? 18. I read tired too.
Yeah.
And then that would be 18 over 2, which is
Which is just 9.
yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Easy peasy lemons.
For sure, for sure.
Right, state one advantage. Don't worry, I didn't forget the question, eh? We come back to this just now. Come back to
Oh yeah, I forgot
the
about that.
distribution.
Oh no.
The answer is negatively skewed by the way, but I'll show you why.
Okay.
State one advantage of displaying the student scores on the quiz require a stem and leaf diagram as opposed to a box and whisker. So here what? Let me show you what a box and whisker is, right?
Okay.
Wait, take a second.
These diagrams have some interesting names. I'm gonna lie.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Oh, look at how the box and whisker right here. I had prepared it ahead of class.
Oh, okay.
Thank God.
Yeah.
So this is what a box and whisker looks like. And essentially, you see why we call it box and whisker, right? Because I mean, literally have a box here.
Yeah.
And this over here is going to, they're going to correspond to your Q2 value. What do you suppose here is going to be then?
Well, I'll just assume it's Q1,
I would assume it's Q1 as well. What about this one?
Q3.
And this over here would just be your lowest observation, like the smallest value you observe.
Okay.
And this would be the what would this be?
Your highest observation, so the largest value you observe.
That's all.
Okay.
Now, with a box and whisker, can you get back all the original data?
Nope. So that's
No.
an advantage of the other one.
Correct. So state one advantage of displaying the student scores as opposed to a box and whisker. All you can say the raw data can be obtained from a stem and leaf diagram. Why did I put life?
It's okay. Oh.
So
It's
the raw
okay.
data can be obtained from a stem and leaf diagram.
So did you just write steam and leaf?
No. Oh my God. Oh my days. I just teach maths.
Oh.
Whereas I've been teaching consecutively. I just yesterday was at 13 hours.
Yeah.
It's-
I didn't think you would do a live today. I was surprised. So I mean, go enjoy.
Yeah, like my cognitive ability right now is it's like lower. It's lower than what it
Nah, I
typically is.
disagree. I mean, you're doing all these questions so easily, although tired. So I think that's a
Not
very high
really.
IQ you have.
I kind of fumble the bag over here. I forget that this is not
So
literally
that's okay,
events.
sir. That's like the easier questions. You did all the hard ones, sir.
No,
Come
no.
on.
All the other questions was easy.
So
Easy.
that means your IQ is high because you consider them to be easy, right?
I don't know. I don't know about IQ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I wouldn't say I have a high IQ though. I feel like I'm gonna be like more like Richard Feynman. You know,
Oh.
like an average person who studied real hard, understood how things work, and they therefore could apply themselves. I wouldn't say I'm like genius level intellect. I wouldn't say I'm like Terrence Tao, definitely not.
Oh, okay.
You know
I see
Terrence?
you like that. I see you like that, sir. Although I don't know who it is, I'll research it.
Terrence Tao is a goat. He's a goat, right?
Terrence who?
Terrence Tao. Yes.
Wait, how do you spell that? Like Tao? Tao? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so the raw data can be obtained from a stem and leaf diagram, whereas a stem and leaf diagram, oh, my bad. I'm real tired, boy. Oh, whereas a box and whisker, yeah,
Okay.
the raw data, so the raw data can,
I think it was too powerful. Like my Wi-Fi just cut for a second.
Yeah, so the raw data can be obtained from a stem and leaf diagram, whereas a box and whisker diagram only gives you a summary of key info. So
Okay.
you can't really, if you wanted to do any study of data, like let's just say you wanted to find the standard deviation, you can't do that from a box and whisker, you know, but from a stem and leaf you could.
Okay.
If you recall, standard deviation is the square root of the sum of x minus x bar squared over n, and it allows you to find how spread out the data is with respect to the mean. And but for that you need all the raw data. You need the raw data.
Oh, okay.
You can't really do much if you have with a box and whisker, you know. A box and whisker is just a summary. You can't really do much with it.
Okay, I see.
Alright. So let me go back to the the skewness. So when you look at this, right? Just from observation, I want you to think of this as like the middle. Where's most of my data? To the left or to the right?
Uh, wait.
So
Are you
like
gonna say?
here's what I mean. Where's most of my data?
I mean,
It's
I don't really see a difference, but I guess you left.
to the left. Yeah. Now let me end the debate, right? If the mean is equal to the median is equal to the mode, that literally means it has no skewness.
Okay. What is
If
skew?
Skewness refers to where most of your data tends to. So
Okay.
like it's like where all your data tends to. So like look at this, right? Where does most of your data lie over here?
Would that be to the left? Wait, no, to the
Nah,
right. To the
to
right,
the
because it's
right.
positive.
And if most of your data is to the right, then to the right would be bigger values, would it not?
Yes, sir.
And so that would be positively skewed, right?
Oh,
And
so now I see why you said the other one. This one is negatively skewed then,
yeah,
right? Okay.
because like watch, for negatively skewed, most of the data is to the,
Left.
and if it's to the left of the mode, then really it is it's it's negatively skewed because most of the data is like lesser.
Okay.
It's less than the mode. So let me show you how we're gonna tackle this question, right?
Okay, sir.
I mean, we know that the answer is negatively skewed.
All right.
I'll explain why though. I had the answer. I do the answers.
Oh, prior to the session.
Yeah. So like this is the answer.
Okay.
Feeling lazy to write all that, but
I mean, you could just copy and paste it.
so let me explain this, right? Let's look at these cases over here. So Virginia,
Yes, sir.
over here it's positively skewed because if you're looking at your data with reference to the mode, most of your data is to the what?
Right.
To the right. And if it's to the right, then it is.
Positively skewed.
But you notice that over here, a lot of the data is clustered. So
Yeah.
like a lot of the data is clustered below the mode.
Okay.
Over here, again, we're looking at the mode. A lot of the data is clustered over here. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is if it's negatively skewed, a lot of people probably okay, I need to be careful with what I say. So like you see it have some people, right? They get like a real high and they clustered over there. But like speaking about the majority of the people what?
Are low?
Exactly. So you have the people that score high, but generally speaking, most of the people will score lower than the mode.
Yes, sir.
So like let me show you how we could use that in this question. What do you think the mode is for this question? Which one is occurring the most?
Let me see. I mean, by just glancing, I would say 4, but maybe I should verify.
Nah, looking like 76. Looking like 76.
76.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
watch.
I have to look at the full values. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
Because
just
you're
looking at
seeing,
proports.
you're seeing, so, oh, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind. It's 84. It's 84.
84. Okay, so I was
So,
around. I was on the right track. I just didn't say it right.
so our mode here is 84.
Okay.
If our mode is 84, is most of, tell me this, right? If my mode is 84, where's most of my data? Is most of my data,
83.
is most of my data less than that or most of it more than that?
I would guess it'll be less than, right?
Yeah, watch. If here, and I'm gonna end the debate one time, right?
Okay.
Where's your mode? Your mode is what?
The highest score, right?
No, is the
Or
most
the
frequent score. Is the
okay,
most
most
frequent
frequent
score. Is the
score.
one that you see the most.
Okay.
See your mode. Most of your data, is it less than 84 or more than 84?
Most of them are less than 84.
So most of your data is to the left. That would suggest it is?
Oh, negatively skewed.
Yeah, because it's less than the most frequent value.
Oh, I see. So for these questions, just refer to the mode.
I would advise that. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you want to be very specific, you should really compare your mode, median, and a mean.
Okay.
But this is the answer here. The distribution is negatively skewed to the left, as most scores cluster in the higher stems 7, 8, 9, while the lower tail is sparse. Alternatively, you could say the data is concentrated in the 70s with the median in that decade. Right, so the distribution is negatively skewed because data cluster towards the higher scores. But generally speaking, it's like if I'm using that example with the mode, you could see that most of the data was less than the mode or more than the mode.
Less than the mode.
Exactly. So I can actually make a simple answer to this.
Okay.
Most of the data is less than the mode. I dot E 84, suggesting that the data is what?
Negatively skewed.
I mean, it's a 1 mark question.
Yeah.
And well, you see the box and whisker here, but it was kind of hard for you to see it.
Yeah.
But from the box and whisker, where does it look like if you're comparing these things? Like, I mean, it looking like it's almost symmetrical, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But I mean, when you really look at it, is the left is a little more.
Yeah. So that would suggest it's negatively skewed. But the easiest thing I could probably tell you to do is just find the mode and see if most of the data is like less than the mode or
More
more
than
than
it. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan.
So that's it. We're done.
Wait, that's it for the paper? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
So yeah, thank you for coming.
Thanks for teaching me all this new stuff, actually.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Right? So you have a blessed evening. Take care, guys.
Yeah, you too, sir. Good night.